of the dopest dope I've ever smoked. Hands down, dopest dope I've ever smoked. Right
It's not
here.
better than the blue oyster weed. It can't be.
My friend,
I can't handle better than
this is like if that blue oyster shit met that Afghan Kush I had, and they had a baby, and then meanwhile that crazy Northern Light stuff I had, and the super red espresso snowflake met and had a baby, and by some miracle those two babies met and fucked. This would be the shit that they birthed.
Wow.
Yes.
Packard Walsh. All right. What's the meaning behind the name? Are we gonna have a weekly?
We're gonna weekly try to make people guess. So let's see. Let's go to the comments real quick. Who knows who Packard Walsh is? Come on.
What's up, Ed?
Who knows who Packard Walsh is? Packard Walsh.
Is that the car? Packard car?
Nope, it's not a car. I'll give you a hint. It's a character in a movie. Character in a movie named Packard Walsh. Oh, damn, you got it already. There you go. Jojo knows what's up.
The Wraith?
Yep. Oh, Toast knows too. Toast might have beat him. They were both hitting the button at the same time.
The Wraith?
You know the movie The Wraith?
The fucking car.
Yeah,
right?
the car that Charlie Sheen and yeah. Oh, Janelle's on it too. I knew if Phil's watching, Phil wouldn't even be able to
be top fast enough.
But yeah, I'm gonna pick a different weird name from either a movie or something goofy every time.
What y'all smoking out?
Yeah, what is everyone smoking on? Bill rolled me up some joints. I got some Wi-Fi's here. And I'm still smoking that permanent marker. I love that stuff.
Got the new spectacles, people. I'm officially old today. Old man status. OM. Old man. Uh-oh. You got no roller today?
That's what I said. Bill rolled a bunch up and then took off.
Oh.
I had to go inside because we got a new kitten today.
Bill on today or sometime. Just
we should get Bill on, man. Bill's got old stories. I don't know if he can tell them or whatever. He might get in trouble with Pam, but I don't even mean involving girls. She'll just be pissed that he even attempted some of the crazy shit we attempted sometimes back then. But
oh boy,
paragliders and trees and kind of like that parachute I posted where we tried to drag me across the lake and drown me.
Yeah. I went to Paris this weekend, and they had a pretty good turnout in spectators. Car count was, wasn't great, but I think they had, 16 in small tire and a bunch of other. I think there was 40 something total cars.
That's good.
You had
this year
4 events within 3 hours of each other.
That's not as cool.
Yeah.
Was that the event Stephen Little was at?
I don't even know where he went.
Damn, I saw a video. It looked like he made a lick. At least the one I saw was fast as fuck.
Yeah, I'm not on social media much.
That's a good thing. Don't go back
anymore.
Don't go back. So who did win your race?
Cornelius Washington won the small tire.
That's a dope name.
Yeah, he is plumb crazy. The car's plumb. He drove all the way out to I think what was Gangsters, or was it the Purge last year?
I don't know. Let's have Cornelius on next week. I don't know who Cornelius is. I think everyone should know. Reach out to him and see if Cornelius wants to come on next week, and that'd be sweet.
Yeah. Them guys drove all the way out there, and I think they went out first round, and their Nitrous car. What's up, Sharon?
That's even cooler.
How's the old back?
Get enough Nitrous right now.
Oh yeah, I got that. I saved that picture. Where'd it go?
Yeah, I'm look at it. Everyone knew right then. Damn,
Yeah.
that dude's got nitrous.
I'm trying to find the. I know Cornelius Washington won the deal. I can't remember. Oh, Cody Hoffman won the tailgate class. He was rolling. It was him, Joe Dirt, and Matt Burrows with the. I think they call it McLovin.
That's a sweet name.
It's a love truck. It's a step side. I think it's.
Oh, that's even sweeter. They call it McLovin and it's a love. That's perfect. Oh, I noticed. Yeah, Tim Hubbard gave me a chair. It's feeling pretty good. But I couldn't get rid of Elton, so I've got Elton in the waiting game. Like if I'm getting
that's for a guest because it comes over.
Like I got a nap out here, I jump in Elton because it's got a little more neck support.
Well, if you have a guest that come by that want to be on the show, that's their. You got to switch chairs with them, huh?
Yeah, or who knows? People might just want to sit in it. It's becoming such a famous chair. So,
oh shit, man,
that's so good. We did Streets Friday, and then
how'd that go?
That was the craziest spot that I have ever in my life went down. Let's see real quick.
And no, people, we did not coincide on wardrobes today.
No, we just who doesn't love Jason and Tin Soldiers? I mean, those dudes are the fucking best. Okay, it's been a while it's only been a week, but for some reason I'm struggling to remember how to share shit. Share. I think it's working right now.
They would have blown up second round in the streets.
And then we got to go back, and then we got to go add to stage. So this was crazy. Like you could see about 100 feet out. It was so foggy. The shoulder over here, like
what the hell is that
right
like? Off.
Like it's like they didn't finish the shoulder for the road, and then down here at the end, like it was a wild drop off to the side. But we drew Boswell first round. That was my first time ever racing him or meeting those guys, and they seemed really awesome to us. They were really cool, and it was a hell of a race. He ended up getting us, but good time either way. We stayed and watched.
Oh, that's a fist bumper. Wagon. It looks a little froggy out there.
Yeah, it was pretty.
That ain't tire smoke, is it? Or is that fog?
No, that's fog. Like like I said, it was pretty wild.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so right here you can just see we just disappear.
They go.
But pretty cool. So pretty much what the deal is you got to have like one this big. You can see I'm reaching way down there, ladies. You got to have one like that to run down roads like that. Or enough balls to ride one of these.
Oh.
That thing did 30 miles an hour, and when you get up there, it was...
Is that one of them electric ones?
Yeah, dude, it was life-changing. I was like...
Believe it or not, people, I used to skateboard back in the day. I don't know if I could even attempt to do it now, but knowing my dumb ass, I'd probably try it. If Ole was here, she'd be slapping shit out of me or getting the knife out. But yeah,
it was scary.
I mean that was probably almost 40 years ago, 38 years ago, a long time ago, people.
Vito push car called Snoopy. I didn't even see that comment. So then we went out, and it was an all Denver final. Patches and Bradshaw.
I did hear they cleaned house.
They did good.
I heard they cleaned. Didn't they clean house in the streets too?
They cleaned house in the streets. It was an all Denver final and an all Denver final at Uncaged. And really, the true amazingness of it is how do you stay away from each other like that for two? You know what I mean? These guys end up in the finals together so many times and don't run each other. It's pretty awesome. But right now, they're fast. They're so fast. Out on the street, they won. Went to Uncaged the next day. So, like, I'll just be honest because we always are. I live in reality. We come up first round, and I believe first round we made a pass that was competitive with most people there. And running the two cars now gets a little – it's complicated. Anyone that does it knows. I accidentally came down on the wrong tires. I came down on some D06s that we ran at a different event because they were around. And I had to do something with them. So I chose to run them at this event.
Did you say they were around?
Well, I just meant they were around. I'd had them for a while.
I thought you meant they were around. I was like, God dang, I hope they are.
My personal opinion is never use DO6s. I'm not a big fan of DO6. Some people love them to death. And on some cars, they work amazing. I guess I don't know how to use them correctly or whatever. But we made a good hit first round. And then second round, the tires started expiring. Like I didn't even change the tune for second round. I was just going to run off the scramble and to add to the run that we already made first round. See, Sherm loves them. That's what I'm saying. Some people love them to death. Every time I've ran quite a few sets over the years and struggle like a fucking son of a bitch. So, but either way, like they scalloped all out and like ran the same tune and couldn't get it even to go down. So. We got lucky second round. We had Kevin Fields. So Kevin.
Two-wheel Fields?
Yep. And he two-wheeled it for about 300 feet. And when it come down, it unloaded the chassis because it was such a monster wheelie. And I was all over the place. I squeaked out a win there. But like literally we come pulling into the pits and Brian White was pitted with us. And we were kind of comparing data and going back and forth. And like I was like, dude, I think my tires are cooked. And we looked at them and it was just like, oh my God, like done. I got a picture somewhere. I'll see if I can.
I've seen that you, I guess in the group chat, that's how I've kept up. I guess you third round?
Yeah, we went out third round against Dylan that has that new car with the twin turbos in the back window.
Yeah.
Sweet car. And we beat him a couple weeks ago at Milan, but he definitely got us back. And
he did his homework.
It's going to be fast. That car's fast right now already, and as he keeps going, it's going to be fast, man. Yeah. It's a really nice car.
I think they did streets here this past weekend, I think, and I don't know how many they had, who showed up. I don't know anything. And John Wayne won against Waylon and Blue Waffle. Oh boy.
Yeah, I saw that. This morning.
Yeah, I've seen that. Somebody sent me that. Sucks. Won't be on much anymore. Podcast. If anything happens, let me know.
So that was like what the tire looked like after first round.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So like we cooked them out. I don't know. I'm hard on shit. I guess I don't know how or whatever, but. Either way, we had a blast. But if I'm being honest, like with myself, I recorded a lot of Denver's passes, and obviously I, know what Brian's got going on and Andrew Lavender and them. Those 4 cars were a step up of everyone else, and obviously, Team Denver had a tiny bit more too. So I feel like I'm probably a tenth and a half off. Even like if I would have showed up with the right tires, I need to find a 10th, in my opinion. I need to find a 10th and a half. We'll figure it out. But like right now, they're rolling fast, really fast. It was really cool. I got to like physically watch them make passes and also be able to sneak some videos. And
I like that
through the week.
I like that San Angelo track, man. That's the dude that built that in his on the property out there, and. He was going to do. I heard they said he was going to build a street, just like a street, and they were going to have like street races out there. But the city wouldn't get behind it, so he said.
Where's San Angelo?
It's It's southwest of me, about 3 hours or so. Everywhere's fucking 3 hours away from me. 3 hours south, 3 north, south, east, west.
Sounds cool as fuck.
Yeah, they built it, and that's the one I went to not too long ago, and they built it, or they were still working on it, but they had gotten it built and they were started running on it. They built it in 74 days, all concrete track, start to finish, and I thought it was unusual to hit the tire like you did Friday night.
Yeah, I had a little too much wheel speed. I used traction. I knew it was a little hot, but it was Boswell. I'd rather go down. Like when I draw someone that's fast, I want to go down swinging. So we left a little spicy, had a little too much wheel speed. But the traction control reeled it in and we took right off. Like it wasn't bad, but it did have a little more wheel speed than I wanted. But at a spot like that, I use wheel speed when the setups like that. Some people like to dead hook it or whatever, but I like a little wheel speed. But yeah, it had a little too much.
21.
I think we were out front for a little bit. I had to pedal a little bit. He come back around, and then both of us were kind of pedaling and holding it together, and he just did a better job. And they're fast. I mean, I've been watching this for years, and Boswell is a fast dude. Like, there's no shame in losing to that. There's no shame in my book losing to anyone. Like anyone I race. I don't care if I'm racing like Kate in her Infinity. Like, don't care. Like, if you win, you win, and congrats. But he's fast, and he was flying, and it was a good race, and we had a lot of fun. And spot was really cool. It was all crazy and cool.
Yeah. Yeah, Kenny, I think we're going back out there in November. I can't remember when. If it's before Thanksgiving or after. I can't remember.
Connor ran
They're
it.
going to do like the grand opening.
I'll mention that too. Like, it ran right through. There were no hiccups. Got it all done in one spot. That was awesome.
Good Lord. Put that
You gonna make
down.
it? You gonna make it?
Down.
You blink that thing?
Oh, dude, I seen this reel on the gram. This dude pays. You got 3 deals. If you got to do a trifecta at once. If you can do 3 blinkers, he'll give you $100. And these people fucking do it.
Yeah, right. Why didn't you send that to me? I'm very mad you didn't send that to me instantly.
I was like in awe. Oh yeah, people, I'll show you all some updated pictures if y'all are not on the gram. Day 33, I think 33. Day 33. They're starting to stack the weights up.
Oh yeah, you showed me that earlier.
They stacking it up.
Why did I feel like I saw some sort of message from someone or a message request?
Appreciate it, Matt. Oh, they're getting frosty too, man. They're getting frosty as well. I'll go in there and I'll stick I'll just try to I'll see if they're getting firmer, and my finger be like touching, y'all guys know. Females, too,
Stuck. Yeah, they definitely look really good for 30 days.
Uh-oh. Is your shit unplugged?
Oh, no. It told me I got a virus from...
You got a backdoor rubber hanging out
or something. Who knows?
Backdoor rubber hanging out your ass, Trojan virus?
It happens.
I hate it, man. I hate it. You could always just step on that motherfucker like Corley did, and it gets stuck on your big toe. Pull it off.
Yeah, I don't know. That's so crazy. Oh my god! I got an amazing hotel story.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah. You said
tomorrow. Should I come on tomorrow and tell him?
I don't know. What are you gonna do?
It's kind of their question. I'll just save it for tomorrow, dude.
Right.
It is so fucking wild.
Oh boy.
It involves Richard from all sorts of shit, dude. Like,
Oh shit.
it's crazy.
If it has Richard involved, then I already know it's gonna be fucking wild.
Yeah, and he's the most normal part of the story. It's wild.
Maybe it's because he just don't know y'all. That's why.
Yeah, it's so good. All
That
right,
don't let him. Don't get fucking driving with him.
So this is what happens. So we get done Saturday night, and we go to the only thing we could find around us that was open. We went to IHOP.
Hell yeah.
We're eating at IHOP, and we get back to the hotel, and we're blazing down in the parking lot. And Tasty's like, I want to go up to the room. So Jacob's like, all right, dude, here's the motherfucking key. Here's the key. We only have one. You got to let us back in, dude. Like, we're going to come up and knock in a little bit. You got to let us in. I don't have the other key. So away he goes. So, like, I don't know, an hour later or something, we walk up there. We go knock on the door. He won't answer it. I kind of knew this might happen. So, like, I wasn't panicking. We go down to the desk. We're like, make us a key. We go up there, try it, don't work, go down. She gives us a new one, go up there, try it, don't work, come down. She gives us another one, go up there, try it, don't work, come down. We come down the third time, and there was, like, all these cool, like, Chevy 2s and, like, cool cars in the parking lot. And all of a sudden, we come down the third time, and here's Richard. And, like, I was like, dude, right off the bat, I was like, man, I didn't see you at Uncaged or Trails or at the street. Like, I was like, what are you doing down here? And he's like, oh, man, we got Church Boys car show and a street race thing and stuff. And I was like, oh, cool. And, like, we talked for a minute, and that was the end of the Richard deal. So then Richard goes up to his room, minus that we passed him, like, 2 more times going to get keys, because it was, like, 5 times or 6 times me and Jacob went up and down trying keys. So then she's like, okay, I got to call maintenance. Each time I go up, I'm pounding on the door and shit, like waking the whole hotel up. Go back down, sit in the truck. Another hour goes by, so it's like been almost 3 hours. Maintenance shows up, goes up there and tears the whole entire lock apart. So come to find out, he deadbolted it.
Oh.
So now it won't read a card. So he had to take it all apart and get it unlocked. So he gets it unlocked, and he's like, all right, you guys are good, man. Takes off. Because now he had to put it back together. So we had to go down and get another key. Now we go back up with the key. It turns green. We're good, right? Wrong. We go to open the door, and he has the flapper flipped. Kagoosh. Dude, I'm screaming in there. No. Dude, this motherfucker don't wake up. Ringer's turned off on his phone. Me and Jacob had to sleep in the truck. Dude, I wanted to kill him so bad. I told Jacob he's so lucky I didn't get in there, dude, because I was going to run across the room and do like a jumping 2-footed kick off the bed while he was asleep and be like, yo, you sleep on the floor. You get whatever blanket fell off with you. Oh, I was so mad, dude.
So what did he do? Did he come out and wake up? Did he come down and wake y'all up, or did he call you?
No, dude, it gets even better. So like he finally like calls, and I was like smoking weed, and Jacob's like, I'm going up there. And I was like, all right. Jacob goes up there and like kind of tells him what happened, and he's all like, oh fuck. And like lays down in bed and looks at his phone, looks at the TV, and he's like, man, there's nothing on TV. And Jacob's like, bro, I don't think I'd be worrying about that right now, dude. When your dad comes up here. Oh, it was so good.
Dang, how do you? I don't even think I remember sleeping that hard that I wouldn't hear nothing.
I sleep that hard. Like I actually like sleep that hard. Yeah, it was.
I guess if I really went,
it was crazy.
If I really went deep.
But, you know, whoop-de-da.
Uh-oh. Jasper is my lifesaver.
Oh, yeah. Dustin, like, tripped at the end, man, and almost come through the gate, and I ended up catching him. like was maybe going to hit his head on the gate. It was hot.
So you're
I think
saying
everybody was like not as agile as they normally are because it was just so hot and humid all day, and it like rained and didn't rain and rained and didn't rain a few times. And then towards the end there, the mosquitoes were setting sights. That was wild. Oh yeah, Bridget's little boy hung at the trailer a lot and stuff, man. He was really cool. He signed the front end and we gave him a shirt and it was pretty cool. We actually rode through there at the end and gave all the kids we could find t-shirts. I don't know. I think if you can do cool things like that, they want to come back, and then the parents have like a cool place to take their kid where they have fun too.
I seen your video where you had some kid. I guess some kid was on the break or whatever.
Oh yeah, I do have that. I think I have that too. Let's see. That was Daniel Welch's little boy.
Yes.
And he's a super good kid. Man, he's such a cool kid. That's the truth. Jackson here was playing the practice field tech. You see him like bumping the car in, and then he's got his.
Oh yeah, that's Phil. Did you win enough money? What'd you get that time? $273.
And then what's even funnier is you hear me talking there. Like that's Joey LaRogue's kid that was hanging with Jackson, and she's asking me, hey, how much is that RC car Phil was selling? Because I need to know if I made enough money on the line to buy it. I was like, yo, this kid's so dumb. I was like, God, I like her so much. Dude, they're geniuses too. Those little kids, man, they're going to be so successful because like they showed up with these cookies. And I don't know, we always get them when we go to Jackson or whatever at work. It's called Crumble. I don't know if that's a nationwide company or just a Michigan thing, but there's this company called Crumble that sells cookies. They showed up with like a couple boxes of them and was going through the pits. The little kids like, want to buy a cookie? Want to buy a cookie? Oh, man, it was so good. So she ended up making enough money to roll out with that RC car.
Hell yeah. Scott Osborne sent me this. He said,
oh, hell yeah. That's a lot of weight.
They're up in, where do you say? Somewhere in Michigan. Awesome Girl in Michigan. So somewhere up there by you, Jasper.
That's
that
awesome.
Look like that. That look normal. Does that look like Michigan wheat right there? Yeah.
Yeah, they're getting it done. They got those big old neti pots and stuff.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that looked like a bunch of weed.
What the fuck is that? Best viewer on. We got a spam. That must be me. I don't know how to. I don't know how many people watching on. Oh, we got one, and that's a spammer on Twitch. Big stank. Did you see? You missed the progression photos. You have to go back and watch it because I already deleted them. 72 plants in Michigan.
Nice. That's way awesome.
About to say when do they flip for flower up there if they're outside? When do those usually? When's the light cycle usually change? Or
I don't know. Usually like the beginning, middle. It all depends on the strain, but it all pretty much happens in September.
Okay.
Big flips either at the beginning or towards the middle, or maybe some strains jump a little early.
Yeah.
Or finish early enough, but usually somewhere in September it goes 12-12 and they start rolling, it does it way earlier, but that's when you start like figuring out you're hopefully going to pull it down.
They must be talking about you. Oh boy.
Oh, Todd. Todd's got such a beautiful Mustang.
So you said you're smoking on what? What's it called? The gas, or what's it called? I'll get for that, Maxwell.
There's fine point marker here. There's Wi-Fi. And then, I don't know, Billy just rolled all the like scraps of weed that was on trays into 4 joints.
I'm still smoking on that
rainbow.
I'm still smoking on that flower that I got from I can't remember his name up there in Ohio at Ohio. I think it's called it's grape sherbet. It's some Ohio weed. There's Mufasa right there.
That's what you're smoking on tonight. That's really good. That's like probably one of my favorite weeds, or the flavor that I'm looking for.
Dude, I can't help but fuck, Jeff and those Stank, man, they hooked it up. Them, I don't know if I'm not no professional grower or anything, but they look like them things are legit. I mean, with the scrog and everything on there, that's the first time I've used a scrog on it. So, man, I ain't gonna. I can get 15 grams of Swisher.
Oh yeah, dude, he's got this new blunt rolling thing that's fucking sweet. Like here in Michigan, some of the Michigan people remember Canagars or whatever, but he's pretty much making those just a trillion times better with actually good stuff.
Yeah. Is there anything like this?
No, they're not that big, but they probably taste better than that thing.
It tastes better than that thing. Oh, are they rolled in? Well, can you backwood it or what?
Yeah, he's making like a blunt out of it, but they're huge, and you put a ton of rosin and whatever.
15 grams in one.
Yep.
Damn. Woo.
We're like that joint was a pound, but they're cool for like a couple hits, and then there's like too much. Where you at, Matt? There's too much weed in there, so it just starts resining up so fucking bad. It gets so like that giant one. It gets so harsh that it's almost like impossible to burn. It sat like broken half in my trailer for a long time.
All right, let me get back over here. I got it now. Go get them. You always say Australia in your deals, and you say, "Oh, go." You think I'm from Australia? It said Australia.
Who's from Australia?
This guy that I think he said it. Limpy thinks I'm from Australia, but that one time, but he always labels his weed pictures Australia, so that's why I thought he's from Australia.
Yeah, that's like how we race in Mexico all the time.
Yeah,
up here in Canada.
Yeah. Let's just go get them. What did he say it was? Day 40, one plant has gone purple. I've checked pH level and it's 6.8, so the smell is insane. Got carbo filters working and perfume out the door.
He is in Australia.
Oh.
I thought he was. I thought like I told a story about how I used to BMX with these Australians and they were like the sweetest people ever.
It's pretty
Jeff
good.
wants to know what week you're in. He's day 30.
30, 33, 34.
Day 33, 35.
Yeah. Did you see him, Jeff? I don't know if you've seen him earlier. I can load him back up. Load him back up. Uh, 30. I think I'm in 30. Oh boy. Error occurred. Which one occurred? There's one. They're starting to put on some weight. Do you know which one's yours? No. There you go. Yeah, they're starting to all four of them are starting to stack on weight and starting to get fat. They're starting to take after me.
It's awesome.
What time? You told. I bet you are right. I bet you.
45, and then I think seed cellar like 9. So
they'll probably both be on the same time.
These people till we get a guest on here. Jasper obviously was the schedule guy here, as you can tell.
Yeah.
And just killing it.
Yeah.
Where are you going to be this weekend?
Probably Mexico.
That's funny because we'll probably be in Canada.
Yeah.
I think that's
the following weekend we'll be here.
I think we might be trying to test Jeff's car.
Oh yeah,
we got the struts, the anti-roll bar on it. Robbie's ordered the conduit, but we're gonna get that encased. I think I'm gonna hook up a few other things: the drive shaft sensor and the trans brake to a trigger, so that I quit getting confused in the cars.
Did you get the fuel pump cable reran?
Yeah, that's what we got the encasing for. We're gonna put all that on and should be good to go. Get rolling.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll probably test that this weekend or something. It depends what Jeff's got going on.
I heard that I heard y'all got y'all street guy back.
We did.
Good deal. Good deal.
Yeah, it is a good deal. That's why we'll probably might end up on the streets Saturday night, but we'll hopefully be testing Jeff's Saturday or something.
Yeah.
So we can have fun.
Cyclone proof weed in Florida.
Yeah, Florida is underwater right now. And Cletus did something really cool. He made a pass on his jet boat down Bradenton because it was flooded.
Oh shit! For real?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Would they have a hurricane or a tornado or something?
Hurricane.
Where did it? Which way is it going?
That's a good question.
Oh, I'm like shit. Hope it ain't coming this way. which yeah, dude. I kind of hope it is. We need some rain. Shit. Ran out of the ice. Oh. Sorry, Poopy. Oh, sorry, Poopy. Goat's going off over here.
I still don't know which way it's going.
They're saying it's on the East Coast. All right. East Coast. Okay, we're good. Oh. Yeah, I heard that one of them dudes from Oklahoma drove his car up to Ohio, raced everybody, and then he's driving it back.
Oh.
Did you hear that?
What did I miss? I got caught up in something real quick.
I heard one of them Oklahoma guys drove one of their Chevy 2s up there.
And cleaned house in the daily driver street race and then turned right around from that event and drove it home.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, they definitely can claim they have the baddest no trailer cars around right now, at least for a little while till it fires up this winter. They got to be the ones you claim are the baddest right now.
Yeah.
That was so cool.
Well, for him to do that in the heat too,
that whole story, honestly, about that race and all them coming up and doing that, man, that's the good old days right there. Like, how cool for Richard and all them that they got to experience, like, just a really good time.
Yeah.
No bullshit. All I've heard is everyone was so nice to each other. They're all up there just to have fun.
Well, that's
it wasn't life or
people
death.
forget it. People forget. That's what it's about most of the time.
It's what it should be
Yeah.
about. At least in my opinion, that's what no prep should be about. We were supposed to be simulating the streets like you do from back in the day. And it really seems like we've made this into like NHRA fucking life or death racing. But I thought that was cool for them. That's so awesome they got to do that. And
I've made that drive from Texas to Ohio, and I know that's a rough motherfucker.
yeah, let alone like in your car. I bet his ears just ring. But way cool.
Yeah.
He was at the hotel with us as we were sleeping in the truck.
Oh, yeah?
I actually woke up to him. He fired it up and was pulled down by where the trailer was that I was sleeping in the truck and changed to slicks. So yeah, that dude's awesome because right then I was like, give me the hotel room.
So did your boy was well arrested, huh?
Oh yeah. He didn't say much until about halfway home, and then I think he realized that he was okay to like make a couple jokes if he wanted.
Yeah.
So it worked out.
You know what I was thinking? I don't know. I was just thinking about doing this at an event that I do. I don't know where I'm at, or getting with somebody, but do like a golf cart only race.
I would love to do something like that.
But it's got to be a golf cart, and it's got to be a golf cart motor, whether it be electric or
like if you want to go crazy and modify your golf cart motor, more power to you. But no snowmobile engines or Banshee engines or CDR 600 engines.
Yeah. But yeah, just something fun that
like
even
we did.
Anybody can fucking get into.
We did it with a motocross track, man. It was balling.
Yeah, but stuff was drank and smoked or inhaled that enhanced that fun.
Yeah, we definitely had fun. That was a good time too, man. I'll tell you what, man. This year has been, honestly, for us. I know there's all this drama in the sport or whatever, but if you ignore it and just go have fun with your friend, this has been one of the best years ever for me. Like our crew and everything are having so much fun at all the events. And we just go surround ourselves with the people having fun. You know what I mean? Like we just stay out of it. I don't know. We've had a lot of fun this year. Just so much fun. This is probably the funnest year so far. Even from the beginning, as crazy as that is to say, like back when there was no drama or whatever, we've been having a good old time.
That 503 Rotax. God dang.
Yeah, those Skidoo.
It's like that. What's that one dude? I seen him. I actually flagged him out the Texas 2K one year. The dude that has was it the golf cart with the?
Yeah, the dude that was doing all the street racing and shit with the golf cart, like crushing cars.
Yeah, I flagged him out after a Texas 2K one time, and I think he was from Florida or something like that. And that's pretty cool. It's pretty wild. I mean, you're on the wheelie bar the entire time. So when you got to get off of it and kind of straighten it up, and then you get back on it again, and that's pretty wild. But yeah, just something fun that everybody, people can bring their golf carts and stuff, but that's already there. I'm not just saying just I'm bringing. Well, I don't know. Maybe that might be a race in itself.
You just got to keep the pot down.
Just
literally someone offer 100 to the winner. No buy-in or anything. Just the winner gets $100. This is what you do. Go. And you'll keep people pretty fairly honest. I mean, you'll have every governor pulled on every golf cart in the building, but minus that, there ain't going to be people putting billet-headed golf cart motors in here trying to win the $100 golf cart race with a $20,000 motor in there. So
but yeah,
just like any class, like this is a lesson for any of you. If you don't want to have to race the really fast guys, just make the pot small.
Yeah.
And do it consistently. Just consistently say, I don't care how many cars show up. it's this much to buy in. It's $3,000 to win, and you'll keep that shit, for the most part with, whatever you want in the class. As soon as you start saying, like $20,000 in hard tire, you're going to watch a lot of cars switch to hard tire.
That's what I still think that we need to do just a hard tire only, like a hard tire nationals or something, just once a year,
I'm still 100% in favor of that. Like,
and just though
I'd really like to
one
do
class,
for those guys.
One class.
Slim Shady won this weekend at Uncaged.
In
He was rolling.
Yeah.
He'll be ready for War in the Woods coming up.
Just get some sponsors come out and, just say get people to $10,000. I mean, $10,000 would be a lot of money, but and then keep it to where it depends on, I guess, how big the area is. You can get cars and stuff in. But if you do like $100 buy-in, then that'll get you cars there.
What I wanted to do was I can come up. At least I could have when I originally wanted to do this. I'm sure I probably still can, but I can come up with around $10,000 to put on top, or however we want to do this. So, like, my plan was to take the 10,000, split it 5,000 for each day, on top of like $100 buy-in, a $50 buy-in. I don't even care, because like to hard tire right now, at least, just being honest, $5,000 period is a gigantic pot in hard tire.
Oh yeah.
Like that's a big pot. And so if you only made it like a $50 buy-in, which is the small type of stuff they're used to, you might end up with like an extremely high number of hard tire cars that want a shot at $5,000 2 days in a row.
Yeah. And
whatever else on top. You know what I mean? Like maybe you're buy-in with $50 is me only adding $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 to that $5,000, and then do a buyback race for them or something too, where whatever they decide in the drivers meeting for that they want for about. That's what I was kind of trying to do.
And you'd have to find a place that was fairly big, because I figured
I wanted to do it at Wrangler.
Oh yeah, that'd be big enough. I mean,
and then that's pretty centralized.
Yeah, and then I mean, that whole
so like if you want to come from Oklahoma, it's not that bad. If you want to come from Kansas or Iowa or Kentucky or Indiana or Ohio or Chicago or Wisconsin, it's not out of this world to drive there like it is if I tell them, hey, drive all the way up here to the Upper Peninsula of Michigan.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? We're like, you're only going to end up with the people that's a 3-hour drive for, and that's only people in the state.
All right, hold on. We got our first. I got
Aaron on real quick.
I gotta get his meme going here. Okay. It even sounds like it too.
Yeah,
it even sounds like it.
Who did the flyer?
I don't know.
You don't know? Uh-oh. Yeah, you got Josh Lawson on the flyer. I'm like, that's not me. But it's funny though.
Oh.
So what's up, guys?
Not too much.
Oh.
So how was your weekend?
It was fun. I finally got the car back the way it was to begin with. After fighting the shit out of it forever. So
that's about us.
Yeah.
Why were you not street racing with us Friday?
Because I was changing four-link bars and making new ones because I had Heims lock up.
Oh yeah, you told me that. That's a real good excuse.
Yep. So I didn't get done fixing the car until 9, 10 o'clock at night. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna go to bed and get up in the morning and head out there.
Well, all right, let's start this off. So, give everyone a rundown. How'd you get into this? What racing did you do to start? Led up to this? Give us an idea what kind of car you run.
All right. Shit. I don't know. I've been doing this probably for about 15 years now. Just playing around on the streets and going out, the local McKinley type deal and racing on the streets and stuff. And then, back in the day when it's 14-second cars were fast and fun. And now we get into, these cars that make 1,000+ horsepower, and got into this. I like being different. So you can see as the car there. So it's a Toyota MR2 twin turbo LS setup, the only one in the world. And I just enjoy it. I enjoy doing it. I enjoy racing. Have fun with my friends, hanging out, and yeah. One of these days, I'm gonna get a big one under my belt. One of these days.
We're working hard too. I feel you.
But yeah,
though. Now you have 2 of them, correct?
yeah. Here, let me go around here.
Got both of them.
The other one's kind of crazy. Like,
so I got this one here. That's the one I race all the time. I don't know if I can flip this camera around or what.
Yeah, I can make you. There you go. Yeah, if you just
I'm trying
flip
to figure out how to
sideways, I guess it should rotate.
So,
oh wait.
No, that's not it. Go to more.
so there.
Yeah, I have no idea. I have no idea how to do this. All right. Anyways, but here.
There you go.
So here's that car. Gonna go around.
Pro mod.
Back it up there.
Pro mod, people. That's pro mod right there, people.
It is.
Yeah,
He
Pro
runs
Mod.
God's
It's
ECU
still got
and God's
stock.
engine.
Yeah, it's still got stock frame, stock strut towers, all that stuff. Now, here's the other one that I'm working on. It's just been put to the side because obviously got to make money. So this one is Pro Mod. So it's straight all tube chassis setup. Kind of see, looking around here. My garage is a mess. So that one there, all inside, and then
that's just back half.
yeah, it's just back half. All that. So this car right here weighs 1,300 pounds as a rolling shell with a mock-up motor and transmission in it.
Damn.
So that one's Pro Mod. And then the OG. I don't know if you can see the OG, but there's the OG right there. So
And that still has the 4-banger in it, correct?
yes, sir. So yeah, no, that still runs and drives. I don't race it anymore. It's just sitting there. I'd like to sell it. That way I get money to get that thing done. So I was hoping to have the red car out this year. Money wise, it just ain't happening. So, but yeah, but otherwise just doing stuff like this, cars, trucks, chassis.
I was gonna say, give
So
us
this is
of the business you kind of started up and what you've been doing and what you're offering.
So I started about a year ago, and then pretty much take on vehicles that need cages, 850 cages, back halves, things like that. As you can kind of sort of see, this is just everything's kind of thrown up in the truck right now, but this is all 4-linked up underneath and 850 cage set up in the truck itself. And got to do a turbo kit. So just odds and ends, but mainly chassis stuff. Got my bender and stuff out here on the ground. But started that a year ago, and I made pretty good money at it so far. Just taking one truck or one vehicle at a time, getting it in, getting it done, and getting it out, which is a lot better. Yeah, it's a lot better than most shops when they have it for 6 to 8 months and still ain't done, So
no, for sure. And I also understand where some people want, more than one car because parts you're waiting on or whatever, and you could be working and you can't. But
yep.
man, it just seems like if you do one at a time, it actually gets done like it's supposed to. And
it gets done quick. I had one car come in. I think it was like my 3rd car that came in. It's had a shop for a couple of years, and I got it in and had it done in 3 weeks, a full 25-2 chassis setup, and plus, mocking up motor and everything else. And the dude literally started crying when he came and picked up the car, and I got it done in 3 weeks.
that's
So,
awesome.
but I don't know. I enjoy this kind of stuff. It makes you think on how to do some things, and just, the fabricating part of it, I enjoy. So, but like I said, take it on one at a time.
It's a lot of fun. And nowadays they have such cool things like all those tabs and different options of things you can buy to weld on to make it even easier. And
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Man,
there's
it's
stuff.
cool.
There's stuff out there I used to make by hand, and I'm like, are you fucking serious? I can actually buy this?
yeah, like in bulk and just throw it in the corner. Like, yeah, it's
Yep.
amazing.
Yep, exactly.
And they just keep coming out with cooler things. Like every other week, I find myself looking at something and I'm like, damn, that would have been handy. Like when I built this or whatever. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like screenshotting it or whatever. Yeah, that's way awesome.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I literally just got home like probably like 10 minutes before I called you. Worked my ass off today. So, but yeah, I do flooring for a living. So that's my day-to-day normal job when I do work. So, and then I take this stuff on just to get, ends meet for racing and whatnot. So
yeah, because it's so fucking expensive.
Mm-hmm.
It's out of this world.
Yeah,
well, hey, right there you go, Limpy. That's definition. He's working harder. He was like, you know what? I need more money, so I'm gonna get another job.
Yeah, exactly. Put my talents to help other people out. So
that's awesome. So right now you got a truck you're working on, it looked like?
Yeah, it's an S10. So I should have it done this weekend. But yeah, it's an S10. It's a little beat up, but it's Mason's truck, and I can't turn my camera on, so I'm kind of looking at the phone at the same time. But yeah, I just got a few more things to do on it. I ordered some headers and whatnot. Chase Brown
hardcore truck or
what's that?
No prep, slick.
No, I'm not sure what exactly he's doing. I'm pretty sure he's a street type deal. So yeah, so it's basically 4-length setup. Chase Brown did the rear end itself. I'm not comfortable yet, getting into the 4-link and all that. So I had Chase Brown do all that for me. But yeah, I mean, setting up as far as the chassis wise and doing all the bars and whatnot, that's fun. I enjoy doing that. And then obviously wheel tubs and everything else. And it's basically an LS single turbo setup in it. But I got to do the turbo kit yet for it. So I'm waiting on the headers to get here. So, but yeah, fun stuff. So, and then my baby, I'm glad she's back the way she was.
Oh, I know that feeling. So give us an idea. What's like probably your favorite event you do?
Shit. I don't know. There's a couple. I mean, I love Uncaged. Obviously that we were just at. Everything's laid back, smooth running. I love D.A.R.E. Obviously, we haven't been to D.A.R.E. yet this year because it got rained out the first time. And then the second go round, they started early in the morning and we weren't going to make it down there. So hopefully we can hit December's. But I think those are my two most favorite. My most laid back event is the Streetcar Brawl, US 41, which that is probably the second shittiest backside ever. Besides Darlington.
Morocco?
Yeah, that's Morocco.
Okay,
yep.
Yeah.
And it just don't seem to ever go any better.
No.
Races there. It don't go any faster. It just keeps.
It stays the same. I mean, pretty much. You can't ever get it to go any faster. So, but I like that event. That's my home track. That's only about an hour and a half away from me. It's laid back, it's chill, go out there, do some testing, and then get in the shootout, around 5 o'clock, small tire. I think we between Austin, and Chase, we took home the small tire, and then I took home the second chance small tire of last weekend. So that's the first time I've actually ever won as many times I've ever been there. So, but
well, at least you're trying.
Yeah, I'm trying. Until it gets to the point where I'm not having fun anymore, I'm going to keep going at it. So
that's what we say all the time. As soon as we're not having fun, then we'll quit. But
yep.
Other than that, we're going to keep partying.
That's why I don't do videos editing and stuff no more. I just got burnt out on it.
Yeah.
Working 25 years of it.
Oh, I can imagine. So,
right. So we got a question for you. You like your life now? Or would you want to be able to go back in time? Now, you can't go back in time and tell yourself to invest in Google. I'm just saying, did you like your childhood? Would you like to go back to where you didn't have to work every day and you just rode bikes with your friends? Or are you more happier now, owning a business, a house, racing your car? Or
I got to say, I like the way life is now. That's for sure. I mean, obviously I make more money now, I can afford shit, do shit. The wife's involved a lot more, which is awesome. Yeah, I think I like life now. I wouldn't change anything.
Is she? Hey, you ain't got to say, but blink once if she's over your shoulder, or blink twice if she's telling you to say this.
She's not here. She's not here. She's probably watching, but she's not here. I get some brownie points right now. So
yeah, it's smart up.
He blinked twice. I've seen it. I don't know.
So what's your next race?
US 42, Salem.
42. That's this Saturday, right?
Yep.
And that's from the back.
That's right. Yeah, from the back half.
I got a question.
I think I've done that twice. That's a really fun event, actually. Like,
yeah, it is. It's the. Go ahead.
Oh, she is watching. Have you ever been to? I think when I was out there, they were talking about going to Boat Road. Have you ever been to Boat Road?
I will never go to Boat Road ever again.
Oh, so you have been to Boat Road?
Yeah, I wrecked the car at Boat Road.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That was I think 2 years ago.
What's Boat Road?
Boat Road's out in Gary. So that car there. Yep. So it's a very narrow road, and the road slants off on each side.
It's got crowns on both sides, both lanes.
Yep. So me being an idiot, I came off a high, of being not that kind of high, but
I'll smoke to that.
All right, of winning second chance at Milan. So, buddy's like, hey, let's go out the Boat Road, whatnot. So I'm like, all right. Well, I didn't do nothing to the car. I didn't air the tires up. I didn't do a damn thing. So we get out the Boat Road, and first off the trailer, go down. I had 9 PSI in my tires, which was a dumb idea. And I'm like, yeah, fuck it. It'll be fine. And then I ended up going down, getting a little swirly. And then by the time I felt like I had the car under control, because I don't remember the rest of it, I hit the brakes, and the front passenger caliper locked up, and then just sent me into the woods. Ooh. So I took out the whole side of the car, the front end, everything. So, and then ended up getting it fixed in a week and back out racing. So yeah, I'll never go to Boat Road again. Fuck that.
Dang.
It'll bring back too many memories. I almost didn't get back in the race car. The wife was telling me, she's like, you either get the fuck back in it or you sell it. So I'm like, I got too much money.
I like her.
Yeah.
Sometimes, our old ladies are, there are reasoning why we need to do stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Yep. To keep pushing you to move forward.
Oh yeah.
So, but yeah, no, I won't ever go to Boat Road ever again.
Yeah. I remember when I was at, what's Codis's event there?
MKE.
Yeah, when I was there, we went there last time, and they were talking about they were going up there on Sunday, and they were telling me Boat Road, and I was like, up in Gary, and I'm like, all right. So I'm trying to Google where Boat Road is, and I was like, I never could find it. And son goes, oh no, that's not Boat Road. There's just an old boat out there.
Yep.
And that's what they call Boat Road. I'm like, well, God, I feel like an idiot.
Yeah. It literally is an old beat down boat just sitting on the side of the road and everything else. I'm like, where the fuck are we?
They say it's kind of like the pad is up there is like up there versus down there.
Oh yeah.
So they go out there Sundays, and they're out there Sundays all day long, all night.
Yeah. Yep. From what I'm told, yeah. The SWAT came out there the couple weekends after where I was out there and broke it all up. So that was pretty cool to hear about. But speaking of the pad, that's one of my bucket lists. I want to go to the pad once.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to get down there too.
Is Boat Road Doty Road?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
I don't know what do you mean by
yeah. Doty's out by Chicago area.
He would agree. It's like the pad, but just slower. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not talking the same, you can just pretty much the cops roll up and you're like, just let them through.
Yep. So what's your next event, Jasper?
I don't know. There's street up here this weekend. We might get into that. We're gonna try to test Jeff's car some more. and then we might end up doing anything with that. I don't know, like where we might end up anywhere that we feel like the car works there, but I haven't planned anything. And then other like the next planned event would probably be the PYOP, because my family and it's close can come.
Yeah.
And War in the Woods for sure. And then we got that Dig or Die Invitational in October. But other than that, we're pretty loose. We just kind of flow around or see what we can do.
I got that.
Kids, man, it gets tough sometimes taking off. So sometimes it's local, even though there's a cooler race somewhere.
Yeah, that's what's cool now on how I was saying that I like life now. Our kids are grown up, have their own places and whatnot. So it's just the wife and I. So it's like, hey, let's go do this, and then here we go. So
yeah, I mean, you can just go borrow money off them.
Yeah.
Like me and no lady, man. I mean,
or hey, we
spent
all our money drag racing. What did you make for dinner? And just ransack their house like they've done yours for.
Right. Just leave the fridge open, drink out of the milk jug. Just
stab it out. Oh, I dropped it.
Oops.
I don't know how.
Like, you got to clean that up. I'm not.
I didn't do that.
I ain't doing it. My kid lives too much in the city for like a big congested area over there. I'm out. I just tell her to bring me something.
Oh, geez. Talk about congested. We moved our youngest daughter 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago to New York, Brooklyn. And I'll tell you right now, I will never fucking go to New York or Brooklyn ever again. If I do, I'll fly there and walk. I'm not ever driving out there.
Oh, you drove there?
Yeah, with the U-Haul trailer on the back. I was pissed.
Jeez.
It took an hour to go 12 miles.
Yeah. 3 weeks ago, she says.
3 weeks ago. There you go.
I've been up to, I used to drive a truck over the road, and I used to go up to Jersey and in a big truck. So I know it's not Brooklyn, but it's still fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah. I was about to run people over. I had my dually and a U-Haul trailer behind me, and I could barely fit through a squeeze. And we got there at 2:00 in the morning on a Saturday night. Oh my God, that was horrible. So never again.
That city never like sleeps either.
No. Yeah, it wasn't what I imagined it would be. So, but it's definitely a lot of people.
Your kid's gonna like it though?
Oh yeah, she loves it so far. So she's been there for 3 weeks and she loves it. I was kind of hoping she'd be like, no, I want to come back home. Because I mean, we're from a small town. We got maybe a couple thousand people. That's it. So, and pretty much everybody knows everybody. So go from that to a big city.
Well, growing up, I was in the city, or I was in the country, and I spent the first 16 years of my life in the sticks, and then we moved to the city, and I spent the last 30, 40 years somewhere around there in the city.
Damn, you're that old?
Yeah. But I can't wait to just give the kid to the house, and then we move to the country. I can't wait.
Yeah, so this is pretty much where I live. So the house, I mean, it's quiet, nobody's on the road. I mean, every now and again I'll get somebody that does a burnout in front of my house just because they know me. But
that's pretty cool.
So, but yeah, I mean, this is the house. This is what I get to look at every day. It's all just nothing but fields and shit. I mean, I got next door neighbors, but I mean, this is kind of country, I guess you want to call it. We're only like 10 minutes from uptown. So
that's what I like. I want to be like, when you got to go town, you get a week's worth of groceries because, it's like going to town sucks.
Yeah. Yep.
You're an hour out.
That's awesome. So, all right, Aaron, who you got to thank?
Oh, shit. Anybody and everybody. No. And now I got, Matt Jones supplies my fuel, which I've been running on it since I started this gig on E90. I will not change. Everybody's trying to get me to change the methanol, but it's not going to happen. So Matt Jones, Chris Blatz for the injectors that have been great with it. stripper glitter, obviously keeping us hooked up, and then I know I'm probably gonna forget, but hey, I'm just gonna go to the car because I got stickers everywhere.
That's the best way.
Yeah. So we got here we are. So we got Kaylee's Motors, who put my motor together. It's been together for 3 years now, and I beat the living shit out of it, and still holding strong. Now obviously, M&K Machine, which is Matt Jones. Then HP Injectors, which is Chris Black. PP Solutions Performance, which is Chase Brown with the water neck for the coolant. And then that's pretty much about it. And then obviously the biggest supporter, my wife. And then you got Chase Laddig and Austin Sheppard and all of them are teammates. And then everybody in the racing world that just bullshits and hangs out and has fun,
That's the best part right there.
Well, all right, Aaron. Thanks so much for coming on and checking in.
All right, guys. Appreciate it.
Look them up on Facebook, or I'm sure you've seen them all over.
How would they get in touch with you if they want to talk to you about getting work done?
Yeah.
You can message me personally, Aaron Faulkenburg, or you can message me on the MR2 Bros racing page, which is also on Facebook, and then go from there.
There you go.
All right. Well, thanks
all
so
right,
much,
guys.
Aaron. Get back.
All right. Later. Have a good night.
Later. Oh.
And we kept them waiting for a little bit.
Whose fault was that,
guys? Yeah, that was my fault. All the scheduling got messed up.
They're muted.
We switched you guys to 9 or whatever. I switched Aaron up, but he ended up coming on a little late because he had to get paid for a job. But
they're muted.
We got yeah, but we're not muting them, right? They muted themselves.
I was muted on my own to make sure I didn't have anybody, but no worries.
I was muted and didn't realize it.
Y'all both came on kind of. I don't know. I'm high as shit right now. I don't know.
Yeah, we're high. We've been smoking for a good while. They have some cool stuff to talk about tonight. I know Kate kind of had a plan on a couple things they wanted to get to, so we're gonna let them kick it real quick. And
I figured I'd text you about it ahead of time in case I forgot, because we always talk about stuff that would be cool to talk about, and then by the time I drive home, I'm fucking tired and I forget, and Roger's tired, so figured I'd send you a reminder of the stuff that we had kind of chatted about. Yeah, mostly I'm super excited because we have coming up a gear swap for Roger's send-off. So his trip's going to start a little later than it had been, but we're going to do his gear swap and send-off trip at the same time still. So if you got a bunch of extra stuff laying around, bring it on down to the shop on the 25th of August. You can set up a table, and if you need some old stuff or have some old stuff you want to get rid of, hopefully we'll have some people out there for that. And Roger's doing barbecue, so that should be fun.
Yep, I'm gonna barbecue something. I'm gonna smoke it up. I think I talked about it last time, doing a brisket. So
snap!
Might do that. Yeah. So last brisket I did turned out pretty well. So it's time to up it and do a little larger and do it a little differently. I was looking at a YouTube today on doing brisket. So learning a little bit more about trimming. Yeah.
I cannot wait.
So, yeah. Is that going to be the 25th, or are we going to postpone that into September?
No, I think we're going to keep it on the 25th since we've already started advertising it for that.
Okay. All right. Yeah, because my trip is taking a little twist and turn.
I don't think that's horrible. It'll cool it down some. Your trip won't be as hot, probably. You know what I mean?
Well,
as he postponed it, maybe he can come to Warner Woods then.
Yeah, that'd be it. So anyway, the people that I was going to ride with in the beginning, and they've all one by one backed out. So, and one of the main reasons they backed out is the weather. The temperature's been so hot.
It is. It's really hot this year. Racing this weekend, it was hot.
Yeah,
that's a fact right there. Hot. That's a fact right there, Stang.
So, yeah, I just tried that, over the July. I wasn't too concerned about it, but couple that with traffic over 100-degree temperatures and thunderstorms. It was just nice. Like, you know what? 4th of July weekend, all those tourists out there. I said, I'm getting out of here. I'm going home. So,
well, while they're backing out because it's be hot. It's still hot up there.
Yep, too hot.
Well, they ain't got a 4-inch cock like you do. That's the problem.
Yeah. Well, I've only used my 4-inch cot one time since I got it.
Dang.
Hopefully, weather will be more cooperative, and I can get some camping in. So
yeah, it's still it's still 96 degrees here where I'm at.
It was hot here today too. What was that? It's real muggy.
What's
They're
your
good these down, though.
At least the hurricane didn't head your way the way all the hurricanes
Yeah.
have been hitting before. They were all heading to Texas. Now they slammed Florida. You know, my wife.
They are headed for Texas.
Pardon?
They're headed for Texas.
No, they did not. Not this
Oh,
one.
There you go, Lippy. You were talking about it earlier, trying to figure out which way it was going.
It hit Florida, and my wife has some property down there, and her sister lives on it, and they got hit pretty hard. But the good news is they were in a drought, and they have this pond on their property. It's probably about 5-10 acres. I don't know. It's huge, and but as the swamps were drying up, the gators were looking for water, so the pond just filled with gators. So now with the rain coming back, hopefully those gators will head back to the swamp.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah. So
what was you asking, Kate?
Oh, what your humidity there is like?
Today it's kind of dry. It's like 40%, but usually it's anywhere between 40 and 60 usually, average.
So anytime I talk to somebody where it's like way hotter than here, they're like, "We don't have humidity though."
Oh yeah, no, we got humidity. I mean, it feels like it like, oh, you know what it says. It's. I wonder if I click on it and tells me what it is. I mean it. Oh yeah, 40% humidity right now, and it feels like it's 99. So, so I mean, 96 to 99, so it's 3 degrees. But usually during the day, it's like if it's like 106, it feels like it's like 117 or 112. You know, it's just horrible.
Terrible.
Yeah.
I just heard about there's like a alligator sightings in some lake in Michigan.
They're on all the lakes now. We got one that's not too far from here, and you see people like, don't go in the lakes. And I'm like, you know, when we were kids, we swim in the pond and we didn't have no problems. But now there's all kinds of critters in them ponds.
Yeah. When I was a kid, we swam in the ponds and always had to pick leeches off of each other. Had the pond behind our place out in the woods where the cattle roamed in for drinking, and so we used to go out there and skinny dip as kids and shit.
I gotta ask, did you ever get one on your 4-inch cot?
No, didn't have a 4-inch cock then.
Oh, 2-inch.
2-inch.
Leeches, that probably covered that whole thing up, huh?
Yep. I had to watch out for the bass.
Oh boy.
That's what I was going to say. If you make it down to War in the Woods, you can set that cat right up in my trailer for the night.
Oh, that sounds good. Just need the information on it and be something to do and enjoy it.
Yeah, that one you'd have fun at.
Yeah, he said he's been to Nashville before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to take my grandson with. He just bought a motorcycle, so he's excited about riding with me some places. So you know, just maybe it'd be a good trip for him.
Yeah, that'll be so much fun. That's so cool.
Yeah,
the whole family does it. That's neat.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Unfortunately, my wife can't do it. You know, and she can't ride. I bought a K1600 BMW touring bike, and it had all the creature comforts and armrests in the back, lumbar support, heated seat, all that good shit. And got on the road for about 2 hours, and that's about it. That's all she could do. So her back and hips so screwed up from horse riding that she just couldn't do it. So actually, I still need to get rid of that thing, but it's so much fun to drive. It's big, but damn, it's fast.
It's a big geezer glider.
Pardon?
So it's a big geezer glider.
Yeah. Yep. It is. So, yeah. But I really like my little S1000 XR. It's just the perfect bike right now. So, tell you what, I was down in visiting my son. We went to a bike shop, and they had a bunch of Can-Am Spiders, the little 3-wheelers that look like a snowmobile. And I got on one, I sat on it, and the next thing I knew, I stood on there. I said, "This feels like a snowmobile. If I had one of these, I'd kill myself." Because I used to ride snowmobile when I was a kid, and the UP. And so it's like, I'll be trying to push that ass around. So anyway, looking forward to my trip, though. It's time. Get back on the road with some decent weather.
Is that your just getaway time? Like, just enjoy it?
Yeah. Yes, it is.
To get away from the hustle and bustle?
And what I like about the solo is it's all mine. I get up, I go, when and where and how I want to go. And look at local things, maybe go check something out. And, it's just my time. Total control over me instead of always having to, be giving out to someone else. So. What you thinking there? Oh, you're reading. I see you.
Me?
Oh, yeah. The African Twin. That's a cool bike. Honda does a good job. Oh, we lost her.
No, I'm just rolling a blunt, and I don't need 38 comments about licking it on the camera. So I'm gonna turn my camera off for a second.
Yeah. You might get like 38
She's a smart girl, I'm telling you, man.
Cat calls with pray what you're getting.
Just
one of my favorite things to do is cat call construction workers, like screaming like "Shake it, big boy" out the window while I'm driving by. Is like, or like "Fuck yeah, spread it" is another one of my favorites. If you're shoveling anything, I'll yell "Fuck yeah, spread it" at you.
Oh boy.
It gets a good reaction though. They're like real confused for like a half a second.
And then they're pumped, like,
yeah.
Because everyone, I guess women hate it, but men are like, bro, yeah, she right. Like, instantly makes their day.
I think it's entertaining for like it's a funny thing to.
Yeah, and they're like all confused and everything else. It just runs through the whole gambit of emotions.
Fan submission from Australia, another one that he said his is turning purple.
So, yeah, that's nice.
Yeah,
that's real nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So earlier, one of my workers was talking about like when to pull your weed, like at what point to pull it, and he's like, I keep seeing stuff that says pull it when it's like 30% amber. I was like, I've never done that. Like, that's pretty low, in my opinion.
30%.
But I don't know when other people pull theirs.
Oh, I pull mine at about 5% amber.
I get mine at
5% amber.
About 5%.
Jasper, when do you pull yours?
I lick my finger and then see how the wind's blowing.
That too, because of Michigan mold if you're outside.
It all depends. I don't know. Amber wise though, like
I'm probably a 30%er.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm probably like 20. And what
between 20 and 30.
Some stuff people should know. If you pull it early, it's gonna be less like sleepy.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it isn't gonna want to like knock you down as hard as if you wait, way past.
That's one of my big things. People are like indica or sativa. Like just let it go a little bit longer. Because the more amber it is, the more CBN it has, which is the sleepy part of the high. That's what it's converting to. So
I'm also looking at through the jeweler's loop and looking at all the
And CBM is like what most people are considering, like like when they're like, oh, this shit's dank because it puts me down. It's like, yeah, I mean, if that's what you're looking for, a high CBM like weed, then yeah, you knocked it out of the park. Oil wise too, though, it makes a huge difference, as you know, like from when we were in the lab all the time, that the less percentage of amber, the lighter the color of oil.
Yeah, but do you remember when people would pull stuff like way too early, like before it had started to get like even super cloudy, and it would get that like weird crusty shit? You know what I'm talking about? Yep. So like pulling it too early, I think, is like a disadvantage too. Sorry, I think I can hear my kids sneaking around.
Yeah, go get them.
Yeah, there's definitely like a too early, a too late, and a lot of in between where you can kind of dictate what you're going to get for your product or your end result.
Yeah, that's the thing about getting from dispensaries now that are all so highly regulated.
Soil.
And it comes out of the gross centers, and time is money with them, and so they want to pick it out as soon as there's THC at a higher level. So once they see the trichomes get the head on it, even though it's 90% clear and only a little bit amber, they're ready to harvest because that's what people are asking for. What's the THC? You want to get a good blend of all of the cannabinoids in there, and when you do that, you have to have some amber, very little clear, and mostly milk. That's what I look for.
Yeah, I'm a what they say, like, I can't remember what I've heard on the trichomes, milky deal. Mm-hmm. I know if it's like more than half, then I'm usually getting ready. Put it in the dark.
I thought like 60% is usually when I try to pull them. But
yeah, when I'm about halfway, that's when I give it like it's 24-hour period or whatever. So little, or 48 hours. Sometimes I did 48 hours one time, and then harvested. But I did a flush too before that because I was organic.
So you're all doing indoor then, if you got that level of control.
Yeah. It's not legal here.
Yeah,
I gotta do indoor.
I did indoor, and for a while I had a 18 plant rotation hydro system.
Oh
yeah, it was fun for a while, but a pain in the ass. And when I lost one of my pumps, went out and I didn't know that it was out, and all my plants stayed flooded, and all of a sudden it started to droop. I had root rot, so.
That's why everybody asks me, when are you going to grow hydro? I'm like, I'm worried about root rot. I know I watch all kinds of videos on it, but they say it's simpler than the other stuff, but it just seems like it's more stuff to go wrong.
Trust me, yes, there's a ton of stuff that can go wrong, and but I like organic. My first grow was organic in a 5-gallon bucket, and then I went through all of it, and I ended up with the hydro. Like I say, I had an 18 plant rotation of 3 sections, and I just move them. And back to organic. I like the taste. I like, just the simplicity of it. And I get, and I don't share. I mean, I share it out, but I don't sell it. So it's just, trimming is not great. Curing is okay. All those things contribute to getting the process through and getting it to where you really like it.
Yeah.
I think curing and drying is as important as the rest of it.
At least,
like I've told lots of people about my stories about like going over to my buddy's house who I really like getting weed from, and he would like sit down on the ground with all these like stacks of jars and open them up and smell them and close them. I'm like, man, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, checking the cure.
That's it.
Like, but he had super good weed. But like, it's one of the things that like I tell people all the time is they don't think about. You got to have basically as much space to dry them as you have growing them. And it's probably because of an experience I had with Jasper one fall when we had like we noticed a need, and I'm saying we generously noticed the need for some drying facilities, and because all these people had these like huge outdoor fields and no spot to dry it. So like, I don't know, Jasper, if you want to expand on that. about renting.
Yeah,
that.
just essentially like they opened up. What essentially happens is they give all these license out to people that don't actually do this and watch YouTube videos, and then and then they grow a field of it.
Oh no.
And then they get done and they're like, "Oh, I didn't really think this out. I can't just throw all this on the floor in a pile and wait for it to be done and then turn it in." And everyone started panicking because a couple people pulled early and hung the stuff and all of it molded. So quickly they realized you had to control the room that you were hanging this in. So now you just grew an entire field of weed, and you need to figure out how to like put it into some place that you can control with dehumidifiers. And we quickly was like, because we have so many weird friends and connections and stuff like that, we had a buddy with a couple factories that weren't being used, and we rented the factories and started
Who's
doing
got vans? Who's got
that's
scissors?
where like that old photo of that wall of weed.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And we even like had to scramble. Like you can't, at least we couldn't figure out that you can't just go buy 200 dehumidifiers, industrial size dehumidifiers off anyone. They laughed like hysterically.
Y'all needed dehumidifiers up there?
20, but like,
Oh yeah.
we don't have 100, you know? So we ended up going all over the state and even into a couple other states to sunbelts and renting every industrial dehumidifier they had. And then like had to struggle with that mess too, because the mess in that was like they have other people and customers that they need to help too. And all the Sunbelts kind of started figuring out that we took all these and then started demanding we bring some back. You know what I mean? Because they have, you know, like they got to have a dehumidifier once in a while for a contractor or something. And we're just stealing all of them.
I didn't know that humidity was that high up there for.
Oh yeah. Well, like Lansing especially, it's basically like a built up
The
swamp.
weed
You know what I mean?
creates
So,
it when you seal it in a room.
Yeah, I knew it. I just didn't know, you know, if it was, you know, say like 40%, and then you put all the weed in there, it went up to like 80% or whatever,
Yeah.
you know.
well, and some of the shit,
Yeah.
like I remember we would take it out of these like trucks and vans on tarps mostly, and we would
It was
spread it out across
hot
the
in the
floor.
center.
What's that?
Remember how hot it would be as you get through the pile?
Yeah, well,
Like-
remember we got those like big ass floor fans, and we would spread it out in the piles to start drying it, because like by the time you got halfway through, it would start molding from just sitting there in the
Yes.
pile of it. Like it was.
You had to
rough.
work very fast, and you couldn't take, you know, it was one of those deals where you got to like just suck it up and get this done, or otherwise it was going to be enough. There was so many like, what do we do about this? Or, we're needing to fix this, or, this is an issue. But we do really good in those. Like Kate's been with us for a while too. And like, I don't know, I feel like we do our best work in those situations.
So I got a 3x3, but it's so hot here that I try to keep it 60-60, and I got a humidifier and the AC blowing in. So, but I've seen some videos of like guys like they're still growing, and they just trim them and they hang them above the light. And I'm like, I've always thought it had to be in the dark and stuff like that. I mean, what's y'all's take on that? I
leave mine in the dark. I've left shit in the light before, and I don't know, you know, I haven't done enough.
I like
be
wet trimming and hanging hoe, and you know, let it dry for, you know, at least 7 to 10 or more days. Depends.
I hate wet trimming, just as like a personal because I just hate, like, it's grosser to me, and you know what I mean. But I like when I trim, I like having like I make like a sponge pocket pussy to like put a bunch of sponges in a thing together with a bunch of rubbing alcohol and line all my scissors up in there, and then you can just go through and swap your scissors out and leave them soak, you know, and so they'll get real clean by the time you get back to them, basically, and they rub off on the sponge on the outside. But like I like to trim mine. I've never really like cared that much about if it's like pitch black, but I don't think I leave it in like grow room light, because it can degrade stuff just like everything else.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
but I do hang them whole, so I don't like. I'm not a. I guess it depends on.
It's
how
so
big.
amazing. No one even commented on that.
What's that?
What?
Nothing.
Like how I described building that?
Yeah, I just
it's not
kept
great
waiting
too, huh?
for the comments to light up, and no one even said a word. So I'm gonna leave it.
Yes. On-tilt racing products. Get sticky icky. Appreciate that, Rob. I got high and I forgot. But
Sweet
yeah.
Limpy, are you wet trimming the whole plant at once?
Well, I did a heavy defo. Day 21 of flower, and then I won't do another one. I'll let it hang out until pretty much it's done. So there ain't
you're
much.
Shaving them on a schedule.
Yeah, I'll show you what I got right now. Let me find it again. Man, I'm high. There we go. I'll show you the garden. This is day 33 or 34. That's what they look like right now.
Oh, they're lovely.
Yeah, they do. They look really good.
They're starting to fatten up like their daddy. Them are all clones from Stank and Mufasa, Jeff Berry. That's the first time like I said, this is my third grow, but this is actually my first clone grow. So I'm learning as I go. I'm one of them guys that watch YouTube and I just want to have some smoke for myself, you know.
Yeah.
That's about all we do here. Is we just grow for ourselves, and I've got a couple of patients I give some to and share it out with my people at work, and that's about it, and a few other friends.
My homies wherever I go, and I got to watch it because that's not legal here, but
right.
So
that's the thing I like about Ed Rosenthal's saying is that we all know marijuana is not addictive, but caution, growing it is.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I know when we started here in Jackson, and and patients would come in and they'd have some really serious chronic medical conditions, be on disability, and their lives were just empty, and they'd start growing on their own. We did grow classes and stuff, and they just turned their lives around. They were just happy and smoking their own weed, and they knew what was in it and how it was grown, and they just dug into it. It was fun. Yeah. Missed those days.
I like glass to store my weed best based on that question that just popped up.
Yeah, that's what I have. I got the big, I can't remember the name of them, but they're like each jar hold an ounce or whatever. That's what I was cured mine in, and then you got to have a hygrometer in there and everything, and that's the way I stir mine. But it's a black. It's a black jar. It's not a. I guess it's like a mason jar, but it's not clear.
Yeah, I like the brown ones, or you just keep them in like something that's, like I have a box of the mason jars that slides into a cabinet.
Yeah. Try to keep it out of the sunlight.
Yeah, I just kept ours in the dark. And if you're going to do any kind of long-term storage, it's good to get the oxygen away from it and keep it in the total darkness and cool as well.
Yeah.
But I found that getting the oxygen out was critical for long term. So you can get these little oxygen absorbers like you find in beef jerky and things like that.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. And because oxygen it'll just eat it up.
They're called desiccant packs, or those like
You're learning me.
Work too.
Oh, yeah, I got the Bovina back. Keeps the 58 to 62%. Humidity in there. But yeah, I didn't think about the little silica packs or silica gel,
Well, that takes out humidity. They actually have oxygen absorbers that burn it up in there, and that's it, because oxygen is so caustic. It's like acid. So
yeah. There you go, Jet Black. Yep. How long do y'all like curing yours for? How long it takes, but what y'all
Mine's till I can
usually
go
average?
in there and kind of snap the branches, and I don't mean the big thick ones or what, like the branches kind of snap off.
Yeah.
And I've had it go as fast as like 9-10 days. I've had it go as long as 17 before.
Yeah.
I don't know what really fully dictates that because I run the same humidity and temperatures either way.
I guess it depends on how much moisture is in the.
Yeah, I guess it could have to do with maybe I pulled it and it just been watered, or maybe I let the other one dry out. I don't know, but and there's other
I try
things.
to do like 11 days to 2 weeks of like hanging time until it's basically like snappable like that, and then I trim it and put it in jars, and then I try to wait until like the next round. So I try to leave it curing for like a full flower cycle of like jarring and burping.
Yeah.
How often do you burp?
Like aged tastes better.
How often do you burp? And I know in the beginning it's kind of repetitious, but after like a couple weeks.
Well, so I say that I try to wait, but mostly it's like I burp it as I go through and scrounge out little nugs from the jars. You know what I mean? So like every couple of days, as you're like, who's up next?
It's like,
so you're not so much burping it as opening it up to get it like who's gonna get picked out now, but
that's where
the ones that you leave the longest are always my favorites.
We could be siblings.
Yep. There's not that many kinds of little weed rats out there, I don't think.
Psych. Or when I pull mine out and I shake it up like that, and I'm twisting it to try to keep them, and I like that, and then I'm like, oh, which one? Oh, got it in my hand. There you go.
Yes.
It was like it was meant to be. It was meant to be.
Yep. I also too like anytime we go to like events and there's like the big like the table's full of weed, I'm always like, which jar do I want to stick my face in? And like sometimes they don't get it. They're like, oh, which one do you want to smell? I'm like, never mind, you don't understand.
Yeah.
Maybe we need to get Kate on here one time. Just Kate first, and then or maybe Kate afterwards, and tell some stories.
Yep.
It'd be dope.
She'd have to like have some weed road.
I was thinking the other day about good weed stories, and like, Jess, were you there the first time I did a dab? It was at Greg's house at like a New Year's Eve party.
Probably somewhere in that building.
So he had like a big room that had like a table in the middle of it that was just dabs, and they were
down in the basement.
Yeah,
Well,
they were,
no,
like,
off to the
careful.
side when you walk in. That ended up becoming the dog room at the end, but yeah. So you'd like walk in the door of the garage, go straight through the kitchen, turn left, and like across from the stairs was that room where you just had tables and dabs everywhere.
Yep.
Damn.
Yeah, and I mean like 40 different dabs just all over, and you just walk in there whenever you want and dab something up and go back to what you're doing, or everyone will just sit in there and dab for an hour.
Yep.
My first dab was at Warren Woods.
Brilliant. Did you die?
God dang. It was bad. Robert Long got me. And it wasn't the first one that got me. It was halfway through the second one when the first one hit me, and then man, it was all over with. It was all downhill from there. It was bad. It was bad. Here's I'll show Roger. Here's what you need to come see in Warren Wood, Roger. That's what we partying like.
All right.
We're down there smoking it up with everybody, except for me. I can't smoke when I'm working.
Yeah. Yep. I hear you there. That's me too. Kate knows. She's seen me. Just sit there. What am I supposed to do?
Yep. It is interesting. I feel like women do a lot better, like functionally being high. Like I feel like women are a lot more likely to be like, I'm only going to clean if I'm really fucking high. There's a lot of dudes that like, I'm not going to do shit if I'm too high,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You can smoke with Big Stank on the start line. Big flowery dude. big muscle head.
He rolls some good ones though.
Oh man, he had some big. Man, he came through at War in the Woods, man. I don't know how many big backwood things he had, but I was trying to just show him I wasn't no punk, and hopefully I showed him I wasn't no punk. But man, I almost had to tap out a couple of times.
Yeah,
They were like 16 eighths, I think, something like that. Oh, I'll have 20 at War in the Woods. Oh, good Lord. All right. I think they were eighths, and he had like, I don't know how many he had, but man, it was bad.
yeah.
Oh, hey, Jasper, we'll get Roger to do this right here.
There he is. That would be a chore. I would not know where to begin to try to roll something like that.
It's a challenge.
Yeah.
That was a
Is
pound
that one
of
of those
weed.
jumbo cones, or is that like hand rolled?
No, that one's hand rolled.
No shit.
Damn.
That's like Sean had one of the old Cheech and Chong albums and rolled it up. It took a pound.
Okay, but lots of times when I see like giant joints or like weird joints like that, I just think about how hard it would be to smoke and how I would waste a lot of weed. Is that terrible?
Half of it sat in my trailer in a drawer for a long time. That was half a pound.
The jumbo roach.
Yeah, it took up the whole drawer almost. I
Fuck.
finally threw it out. I was like, what the fuck is this still doing in here at one of the events? I was like, get the fuck out of here. Like, cleaned it all up. I was like, God, I'm going to get pulled over one time and it's going to reek. And it's going to be because of this fucking thing.
What if it got a runner?
That's insane. Or like the
You
ones
don't
that are,
like spit
high-
on it. You don't hawk to it. You just go get a hose or a drinking fountain and just wet it down.
You get like that mister that you get for your barbecue grill.
It's a pretty funny idea. The runner on the giant joints.
I guess Ed said that all the cabins are full out at next door. Shit.
With the next War in the Woods?
Yeah. I guess I'm about to sleep in a tent.
I believe it.
That ain't going to happen. I need AC. This fat boy needs AC. Because, there's only so much weed that you can smoke to fall asleep. And then, then you get hot. I don't know about, Roger. He's used to sleeping in the hot on his 4-inch cot and stuff. But I'm not used to that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, that cot, you got to just lay on your back. And that's not the most comfortable for me. But I usually by the end of the day, I'm pretty out. It's a good 4-inch cot's perfect.
I would need at least an 8-inch cot. Because I don't know if a 4-inch cot would. I don't think 4 could hold me, to be honest with you. I'd still be laying on the ground.
At all when I sleep. So, like, I could sleep on one of those.
Mm-hmm.
I don't roll over. Once I fall asleep, I'm stuck wherever I'm at.
No, I'm a tosser and turner.
I would say I wrestle when I sleep, man. I can't sleep with like a thin sheet on because at some point it gets tangled around me and I feel like I'm fighting with something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Does your feet got to be, when you go to sleep, does your feet got to be out?
One of them does.
Oh, yeah. Both mine's got to be. Yeah,
Okay,
at least one's got to be, but the one doesn't have, like my toes, just my toes have to be, but not the whole foot.
Yeah. So I also can't have my knees touching. It's like terrible to me.
I got to sleep with a pillow between my legs.
Okay, so have you ever heard of squishimals?
Who?
A squishimal. It's like a stupid stuffed animal for children. I'm not getting limpy. They make the best fucking leg pillows ever. They're amazing. Get a squishmal. I'm going to send you a squishmal. I'm going to get your address from Jasper and send you one. It's like a pillow with a weird face. I have a chicken. Seriously. And my kids are like, Mom, can I use your leg chicken? I'm like, nope.
Your leg chicken.
Yep.
Yeah, I've been sleeping with probably my whole life. I'm like that. Knees can't touch. Feet's got to be out. One shoulder's got to be covered.
Yep. I think we are twins, Limpy. It's one of those things where, like, some of the best advice ever about, like, having to sleep with somebody else is getting separate blankets.
Oh yeah. That's me and the wife. We got separate blankets because yeah. She
doesn't seem to ever like when I try to show stuff on there, but see the Squishmallow?
Oh shit. Uh-huh.
It's like the perfect amount of squishy for a leg pillow.
Oh man. Yeah. I've never even heard of them.
Yeah, I'm a real convert now. Because you know those stupid ones that have like the dents on them, the like ones they sell on TV?
Oh.
Yeah.
I got one of those and that thing fucking sucked. So Squishmallow leg pillows all the way.
People like
I lay on my back like I'm in a casket.
Ugh.
Shit.
Hey man,
bet you could sleep in a coffin.
You know
too.
me, I'm always trying to help people, so I just figured if the coroner's got to load me up and do me in, if I rigor mortis in the way I'm supposed to be, it just makes his life that much easier. So I can go out of this place helping one more homie.
Well, for one, I'm not going to be put in the ground because I'm claustrophobic. So I done told.
I don't think I am either. I told my family, don't waste any money on that bullshit. Like, burn me up.
Lock my ass up.
Spread me at Brown County.
Big Steak says they're the best couch pillows. He knows.
Oh yeah, somebody was saying like a body pillow, and I'm like, I don't need my. Does your neck got to be all jacked up when you sleep too?
Kind of like I gotta have a pillow, but it's got to be like in front of me so I can squish it up the right amount.
So yeah, so it's got to be like touching your neck.
Yeah.
Your top of your shoulder, and then yeah.
Yeah, it's my pillow has to be like wedged into here.
I gotta have mine's got to be kind of jacked up where I'm like,
yep.
And then I wake up the next morning, I'm like, but you know, then I already know.
Yeah. See, I don't like body pillows because I don't like having the stuff right in front of me. Like I don't want one thing between my neck and my leg.
Oh yeah. Oh, Patrick.
Then we're fighting again.
Roadrunner Media has a feather or duck pillows or something like that. I don't know. When we were in Iowa, when I got to Iowa, Aaron probably gets to smell that but when I got out, it just smelled like, you know, grass and corn and, you know, out there. And I was like, man,
sounds cool.
That's what it smells like. It just smells so good. And then we fired one up and then, you know, send it in the air.
One thing I think would be cool, like if you've ever read descriptions of like the old grass plains from like early settler days.
Oh yeah.
Where there's like 12-foot tall grasses and shit. That sway. I think that'd be a cool thing to be able to see. But I also have thought a lot about like how good it would smell.
I'm the old wet paper towel.
Yeah, how about you guys give him an answer for that one?
Hey, he can give us a call or contact us over the web, and we'll send him a germination guide. Actually, Kate put it together, and she used every book, Ed Rosenthal's, Greg Green, Jorge Cervantes, the Rev. She's pulled all their germination information together, looked at it, what made sense, what didn't make sense, what was conflicting, straightened it up, put in some graphics, and we give that away. I had to tell you, our calls for, your seeds didn't germinate, just dropped right out. Just if they follow our guide, it works great. So Kate did a good job on that.
Well, thanks. Yeah, but it's basically we recommend using a little bit of peroxide with your water, getting paper towel wet, putting that in a plastic baggie. I like hanging mine up. It'll get like a directional tail with gravity. And then once you get a little tail, it's like about the length of your pinky nail or so. You pop that in some moist dirt. and then humidity dome it with a plastic baggie or a humidity dome until it pops out.
And then you're on day one.
Yeah, I like to wait until it gets its first set of like true leaves, so it'll get that. The first two round ones are called cotyledons, which are like its baby leaves kind of. So once it gets that first set of like ruffly leaves, its true leaves, I like to start airing it out. And so for solo cups, you just take like put a plastic baggie, like a sandwich bag over the top.
Yeah.
Until it gets those, and it'll make like a nice little humidity dome.
Yep. They don't need a lot of water either.
Nope.
Basically, I start with dirt that's like wet enough. If you squeeze it, you can get like a drop of water out, like a sponge, but not really wetter than that. Barely put them underneath the top of the soil, and then don't water them at all. Because lots of times people will water them and it like buries the seed way down in the dirt or makes like a little muddy spot around it, and it can't really, like, they need to breathe, they need oxygen. So if it gets surrounded by water in a little muddy spot in the dirt, they don't really like that.
Well, the dirt breathes as it dries, and you wet it. So, when you wet it, it gets thicker and contract, and then when it dries, it contracts, and so it's pulling oxygen in from the atmosphere as it does that. It's working like a lung.
Yeah.
Yeah. Roots also move to find water, not nutrients. So if they're sitting in water, they don't have an incentive, so to speak, to grow. So I like to taking, so when it's like a little baby seedling, just dipping the bottom of the container in water, like setting the bottom of it in water for a second so the bottom gets wet, but not fully soaking through. Because then your roots will move down to that wetter, watered.
Yeah, that's what I've got on mine right now. Is I've got just because I've got to be gone for like weekends and stuff. So the AC Infinity with the wick lines or whatever, I'll give them a good water. I'll fill that up, but I'll give them a good water, and then I'll be gone for 3 or 4 days, and then they're usually by the time I get back, they're usually ready.
Yeah. That's
water.
the thing. People tend to overwater their plants a lot. And like, I'm a chronic overwaterer because I'm like, oh, I love you. I want to take care of you. Like, have a drink. Have a drink. And then they're like, oh, I'm drowning. Stop.
Yeah.
So I'm constantly letting, like, especially the seedlings at work, I'm letting them dry way out and then taking them around and being like, see how dry this is? You can let them get this dry. And they're like, okay. But like, they really do like drying out in between, as long as you're not. That's the thing. People will get these like giant ass pots of dirt, and then they don't have roots that go all the way through it, and then it'll get all hydrophobic, meaning like when you have water and it just like runs straight through, because like the dirt will dry out so much that it doesn't want to get wet again. So if it's starting to do that, like if it's like running straight through, you can put like the tiniest drop of dish soap in there. You can buy like the cocoa wet products and shit too, but it's just something to break that barrier. What is it? It's putting them on a damp wet.
Well, a sponge. Not a good idea.
Okay, so probably not. And like, I equate those root riot cubes to a damp sponge a lot because they have lots of little air pockets where like bacteria can bloom. So, like bacteria and other kinds of like mold and shit, like little holes like that. You know what I mean? And like the inconsistency between medium and the sponge, like some of it's tightly packed together and some of it has those little air pockets, is like a perfect breeding ground. That's why kitchen sponges fucking smell gross, because they're full of bacteria. So I would not recommend using a sponge. Not saying it wouldn't work a few times, but I would avoid it just because of the.
I did the solo cups a couple of times, but I've only grown in I've got one plant in there that's on soil, but everything's in cocoa. I've actually reused half the cocoa that I've used on the first batch. That I just got all the big roots out of it. But I don't know. It seemed the soil is in a 5-gallon pot, and the rest of them are in the 3-gallon pots. But
yep. Yeah, I always shake my root ball out from like my last turn and use that to start my seeds in, because then it's not going to be too hot. And it's, not wasteful. And then too, you get a good idea of like, did I do a good job of getting roots everywhere? Because sometimes you get bad habits and it's just a good way to like inspect what you did afterwards.
Yeah. Roger, you didn't want to mess with Sturgis this year? T-Bone wants to know.
No. I've been out to Sturgis, but not during bike week. I'm not a big bike crowd people.
Yeah.
But, that just doesn't. I had a friend that got killed out there, and so it's just, that kind of crowd's not good. I lived in Florida, and the Daytona bike.
The bike week was out there.
Yeah, right after the Daytona 500. So yeah, I've been that a couple of times, and it's fun. It's good people watching too. But riding,
You let dry cocoa too much. Yeah. I don't let it. I usually it's not dry, but usually when I get back, it needs water, but it's not like just pick it up and there's no water in it.
You ever use those carrots with like a drip system?
Oh yeah. I've seen them. I haven't used them, but I've seen them.
They work really well, but they're like really hard to set at first. But once you get them set, they're nice, and you can do like gravity fed. So just like here's a fucking bucket of water up on a shelf, and then it feeds it. When I have more time, sometime I'll tell you guys about when I went to Sturgis Bike Week.
When you come on for the Kate session.
For the Kate session, exactly. But right now I'm getting summoned to play Mario Kart. So I got like 5 minutes, and then I gotta go.
Yep, I did go too. So.
All right. Well, we'll see y'all next week.
Next week. All right.
Have a great night.
Y'all too. Oh. Look. What's Mario Kart?
It's like a racing game.
Oh yeah.
So we got we have an old Xbox, and I got like a real involved Skyrim game that I play every once in a while.
Oh,
so we were playing like 4-person games with my kids on it every once in a while, but I'm like, I don't want you to kill the Xbox. So we got a Nintendo Switch thinking we'd be able to play 4-player games. There's like not a lot of them. So my kid is like so good at Mario Kart, I can't fucking beat her. But we've been playing Mario Kart tournaments every night.
Yeah. We used to do it all the time too. We used to get high as fuck and race Mario Kart.
Yeah.
So we passed out on the couch.
Yeah.
I know what he was talking about.
Topping them.
Is that what he's talking about?
Yeah.
Oh.
So every time you top your plant, it's like cutting your final cola. I've heard in half, but I don't think that that's actually how it does it. So it does make more branches, but it
usually splits the pot.
Yeah, it splits the pot. So like, my shirt is like my original. This is my 5th grade D.A.R.E shirt.
5th grade D.A.R.E. Mm-hmm.
I don't know why they gave me a men's large in 5th grade, but it still fits, so that's cool.
I was gonna say that's like an OG original.
No, it for real is. It's funny too because I've had people tell me that that's not what the slogan was originally. I'm like, I didn't make it up. Like,
I still remember when what was it? It might be a little bit too old for y'all. Y'all remember like Mad?
Yeah.
Okay. I still remember one night my old man way back in the deal, way back before cell phones, people. We used to have house phones that, people would call and you would answer. You didn't know who it was because that was back before even call waiting and caller ID. So when the phone rang, you just picked it up. And
hello?
You answer hello, and the person on the other end said, "Oh, how you doing?" "Oh, my dad. Oh, I was sitting here drinking a beer. What you doing?" "Oh, hey, this is Kate for Mothers Against Drunk Drivers." And he goes, "Oh yeah." And he's like, "You're not going anywhere tonight?" He goes, No. I'm here for today." That's the funniest story. How odd is just I'm just sitting here having a beer, and you're talking to a mad mom.
Yep. Dude, at this high school that I went to, every year Mad would get a car that had been totaled in a drunk driving accident and put it in the middle of our football field. And then you'd have to go out there for a presentation about drunk driving while students laid out on the hood covered in fake blood, pretending to be victims of a drunk driving
I remember that. I remember that.
Did they do that at your school? I've told people about that before, and they're like, what the fuck? I'm like, I don't know how old you are, but I might be dating myself with the mad activities that happened.
They had they brought prop cars and stuff from the junkyard and stuff, and yeah, it was pretty cool. And it got you out of a couple classes, early to go out and help it, and when you were doing stuff.
Yep. Got a 10-foot phone.
Shit, yeah, we could go from my sister's from the living room because we weren't allowed to have phones in our side of the house, so they had that 20-footers, and so they could go from the living room phone all the way to their end of their room or the restroom because we had to share a restroom.
Yep. I remember my sister had like a phone jack in her room, and my parents finally got her phone. They had a cord long enough we could drag it into our room, and it was like clear.
But yeah. And you can see all the. You can see all the. Yeah. I don't know where it was. I don't know if it was Walmart back then or somewhere we got something like that. What was y'all live up north, so y'all don't have y'all probably. What's like Walmart before it was Walmart up there? Or Walmart came in, and pretty much.
Kmart's probably.
Yeah, I think it was Kmart. Yeah,
Walmart for a long time and Meijer.
Yeah, can't remember. Yeah, we probably got it at Walmart or Kmart or whatever. But yeah. All I can think of is Kmart.
These days don't have phone skills, but you never have to call a house phone anymore.
Yeah.
Like my kids friends will call and be like, I need to talk to like Mabel, and you're like, who the fuck is this? And you're like, oh, you're a child looking to talk to my child. Okay. Like, that's not how you do it, man. But like they hear us be like, hey, what's up? See you later. So that's how they do it on the phone. It's really weird.
Kmart Hills in Indiana. Hills?
Montgomery Wards. Dude, so where my fucking hot water heater took a shit, and it was a Montgomery Ward brand, and the tech was like, the last Montgomery Ward went out of business before I was born. Can I take a picture of this? You sure can, buddy. You can take it with you.
We got a place that's in downtown Fort Worth. That's the old Montgomery Wards deal, and they kind of revamped it up and redid everything. And they got the upper levels is like apartments and stuff like that, but down lower is like where the bougie shops are, because it's over there kind of like where TCU and it's on the other side of the river from downtown, so you get downtown people that come over there. But it's my grandma worked there I think she retired from there.
Dude, so did mine.
Yeah. At that same warehouse that they did all that stuff to. She was at that warehouse for 25, 30 years, something like that.
That's sweet. Yeah, my grandma worked at Montgomery Ward for a long time too. That's crazy. All right, I gotta run. Mario Kart time. It was nice chatting with you guys.
Kick those kids' ass.
I'll try.
Don't let up on
it. See you, Kate.
Good night. Oh. So how many did you smoke? Did you make a dent in them?
Oh, I smoked all bills. I think I smoked 4 joints sitting here by myself.
Dang. I'd be
roughly 2 hours.
I think I smoked.
Not bad getting it. Maybe 3 joints in 2 hours. Yep. Big Matt was supposed to be here. He should be here in a second. I told him I'm starving.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know.
Dude, I had a big old steak and green beans and red beans and rice earlier, and I ain't got no snacks here. She got me on a fucking diet where I can't get Skittles and shit. I need Skittles. I need a Skittles sponsor. What I need.
Yeah.
E's and B's hooks it up with the smoke for the podcast, so I can sit here and smoke inside the house.
Ed's the best. Everyone wish happy birthday to Ed. It was his birthday the other day.
Happy birthday. Sorry, Ed, I don't get on social media much. Actually, I just do and get right back off. But if you're not in the marketplace, Ed, then I pretty much don't see it. And congrats to all the winners at Paris this weekend. The streets. Got one in the streets this weekend, no matter where you at. Congrats. Ed, he sent me, they've got almost the fire that's over there by him contained almost. I think he said it was a 45% or something like that. Oh, containment reaches, 45%. So got up 15,000 acres. Damn. Yeah. If y'all get some rain there, you'll need it.
He's already sending the other sponsored pack out.
Oh, love him.
But yeah, how cool was that street race on Sunday, man? That just seemed cool. Old Sunday service, classic style, classic cars you can drive. Man, that just looked like it was cool.
Yeah.
Props to them, man. That's awesome.
That's what I wanted to do way back in the day was, when we started doing the no trailer stuff was, just because it was simpler. You could hit it and get it a lot faster. And then, if the cops did show up, then you didn't have to worry about loading on trailer and this and that and the other. I mean,
I'm not gonna lie, it's crazy nowadays. Like if you would have told me 20 years ago when we were street racing cars like they did Sunday that we'd be doing this, I would have thought you were fucking nuts. Because for one, back then, you would have been talking about bringing like a Pro 5.0 car like Mike Murillo drove or Billy Glidden out on the street. I would have been like, no one fucking does, But I know people did it here and there back in the day. But to hold the whole shootout, it is complicated.
Yeah.
Because, a lot of us, including me, I need a little time to charge depending on, how quick we're turning this around or whatever. Sometimes I'm trying to cool a transmission. I don't, the motor always seems to be good to go, but and I know this going in. So me personally, so the first street race I went to, I didn't build boost in time. So and what I did is loaded my shit up and went home and figured out how to build boost quicker. Yeah. And then we went to one in Columbus where Jeff got impounded or whatever that one time. And my first round race, I had to pull back 6 times for a car. Like car would come, I'd get pulled back up and staged and a car would come. And then I'd get pulled back up and staged. And I remember on after the 6th car went by, I pulled up to the line and they were like, do you want to do another burnout? And I was like, fucking run the race. No, I'm not doing this again. I'm fucking
ready. Let's go. Go.
So I just realized quickly that streets are streets, shit happens. It's very, very hard to expect them to go perfect. You know what I mean? That's why they're fun to me. That sometimes I can fuck myself over because of the circumstances and someone that, maybe shouldn't win does, or who knows. It's why streets are awesome. It's why people want to come, for us, it's always been about if we run into a problem, we note it and we learn from it and we go figure out how to make sure, our odds of that happening again are as slim as possible.
Yeah.
And
we were doing them back in 06 or 07, 08, and the difference between pretty much the same cars and stuff like that, but the caliper and the how fast they are is like more than doubled from like.
Yeah, no, you could have read the
years.
small tires nowadays would have running a big tire car in 08, it would have been crazy. Like how many times a small tire probably would have won.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't mean one, I mean like donkey gapped people. It's just wild how fast everything's gotten. Big, small, radial. It's wild. Everything is flying.
That is. Oh. I don't know who that is right there.
Yeah. It was cool, like I said. As much as like it was kind of wild running through the fog like that, it sure made for some like cool videos and photos and stuff like that.
That
and like
time
before, Connor ran a good race. Team Denver was flying. It was Boswell. All the North Carolina guys seem really fast. We're gonna figure out what they're doing.
I know that race that I was at. Me and Matt were at in Georgia. It's like the tip of Georgia and Tennessee. It's like right there on the line. And they got down to the end, and Matt, you could barely see the he had the red light in the middle of the track.
Yeah.
And as soon as they go through, you can't see nothing. Kind of like y'all that race that you showed earlier. And I was asking Matt. I said, "Can you call a winner?" He goes, "That race, that last race, I can." He goes, "But you get anything that's like going to be like a fender or whatever." He goes, "You ain't gonna be able to see it."
Yeah.
So.
And that happens. That's part of it, man. And you live with it, and you try to either rerun it or figure it out. But yeah, I don't know. We don't tend to get that mad. We just tend to figure things out or try to make them better and come back. We have fun, man.
Oh boy,
I'm fucking ready. All right, now we're talking. Yeah, the Dustin did great. I really feel like the tire crack guy and like Matt always on the big end and the flat. I just don't think those guys get enough credit, man. They're hard jobs. You've got a lot of pressure on you to make sure. I can't tell you how many videos I fucked up video and shit. This weekend, I went to video Brian on a pass, and I don't know if I double tapped the button or what, but it recorded like 1 second, and that was the video I had when I was done. I was like, fuck. But thank God, this isn't me deciding anything from this video. I just laughed at it and put my phone in my pocket. So it's a hard job, man. And people make mistakes, and people are people. So I promise you, everyone's made mistakes and wanted people to, cut them.
I still make mistakes.
We make mistakes every day, man. Every fucking day I make a mistake somehow.
You can tell me. You can tell me I'm coming in first 3 times up there, and it's because I ain't smoked. Because I can't remember. I always forget. I'm like, "You're first, all right." And they'll walk up and tell me before the burnout starts, "Hey, we're first, all right." So they do the burnout, and after the burnout, I've done because I've turned around.
Yeah, and flipped back,
and
of course it's like, two Mustangs that look identical almost.
Yeah. So then, and I'm like, "You're first." He's like, "No, he's first." I'm like, "All right, so he's first." So then when they go over and tell me he's first, that fucks me up. I'm like, "All right, so no. If you go, I'm 2, so I'll know."
Yeah, just we've had issues. We've had tons of issues. We've had things we didn't agree with, but I don't know. It's just, and maybe it's a fault that I have, or maybe it's a superhero trait or something, but we just don't get that mad. If it don't go our way, we're mad in our pit and we're talking about it. And all the way home, we're like, man, we got fucked, man. That was kind of some bullshit. But I don't try to rile everyone else up and like make a post or something and start throwing a fit about this or that. We just figure out a way to get better or figure out. Usually I'm thinking all the way home, how could I have somehow made that not happen? So like if we're involved in a bad situation. So one time I got, kind of fucked over. I got 6 minutes. So I was like the last pair down.
I think I remember that story. Yeah.
Yeah. And I come back and I had 6 minutes to make a run. Well, ever since then, we've always carried a nitrous bottle, even though, now I actually run nitrous in the car, but we always carried a bottle with us because I was like, if I could expel if I have only 6 minutes and I can expel a whole bottle of nitrous onto my converter, I can probably at least cool this tranny enough to make a pass. It might not be all the way where I want it, but enough that I can get down this track. You see what I'm saying? So like, no matter if it's even an extreme horrible situation, we're coming up with ways to fix it if we can. We once ripped a tire, like ripped all the cords on the sidewall, a Mickey, and they ended up warrantying it. And we had to do a rerun on that one. And it was like kind of a fucked up deal where, so this is like a prime example of how shit gets fucked up. He was supposed to come in first, right? And I was supposed to come in second because he takes forever to build boost.
Yeah.
And we pulled up. He got on the line, and I'm not, like, Bill's still pulling me up.
Yeah.
And got on his brake. And Bill finished pulling me up, and Chuck looked at me first, waved me in, gave me like 4 seconds, then went to him and gave him like 7 seconds. And if I'm being honest, like to the point where I'm in my car going, yo, like, what the fuck? Like, hit the light, like I've been on the brake for fucking 10 seconds. Like, and we took off and we won. And I ripped that sidewall. And for whatever reason, because he was supposed to come in first, they forced me to rerun him. And because I didn't have a spare tire in the car, I had to make this rerun with one tire ripped to shred, like, the car tire shook so bad it wouldn't even go,
No.
And we lost that round. And when and I counted in the video, he was on the brake for 14 seconds.
The dude you were racing?
Yep. And got a rerun. Argued and got a rerun because he should have come in first and claimed he didn't have enough time building boost.
So you got 10 seconds. He got supposedly what, 4?
14.
Oh, he got 14 seconds?
Like I said, when we were rolling in.
I know, but I thought you said that he came in. They gave him second, but he didn't get
They did. They brought him in second. No, this was Chuck. And Chuck's like how you know me.
Yeah.
Chuck looked at me, gave me fucking 2 or 3 waves and was like, I know
Bam.
he's good. And then sat there and just kept waving on the other guy who had already been on the brake for 3 seconds while I was still getting staged. And Bill's like running out of the way so he's not in the tire crack cam.
Yeah.
Because in those events, if you stand in front of it and they protest, you lose, no matter if you did or didn't or whatever, which I have no problem with that. So Bill's running out of the way, like thinking, holy shit, this dude's been on the brake already for a while. And like I said, when I went back and watched the video from when he started to when we left was 14 seconds.
Yeah.
So he was on his brake for 14 seconds. I was on mine for probably 8.
And that's a long time.
Oh, you've flagged me 100 times. 8 seconds is,
I know.
Like I said, it's not that my car burns down. I've made my car set up so that it can sit on the brake for 14 seconds if I want and still do what it's got to do. But like me personally is in there. I'm not counting the seconds in my head, and it just seems like this is taking forever. And I'm like in the car, like fucking go. It
seems like you're watching the tire crack video in slow mo. You're all like, "What am I watching?"
Yeah, like what the fuck is going on? I'm almost jumping. I'm almost like he's got to hit this light any second, and had to rerun. So like from there on, I've always tried to like carry a tire or two, even if it's not the right rollout. So if something happened, I could chuck something on, in between, but. Yeah. So that's like how we roll. We just try to figure out how to make something not happen again, or if it happens, not be an issue.
Yeah.
And that's what everyone should be trying to do. Like, rather than complain, just figure out a way that no one can do that to you again. Like I said, the first thing was building boost because I can't count, and I'm sure you know how many people always claim I got fucked on this, or this flagger took too long, or this flagger didn't give me enough time, or this. So like I said, we just built our cars so that anyone flagging, even if they're not experienced, isn't going to get us. We're ready to go. And then like I told you earlier, this year we learned even another thing, like in that first race of the year with Ryan McCoy, when I went up on the brake and the car fucking like lost RPM for a second and come back on and was struggling, or no, that's what it did. It just locked out at 3,200 and like wouldn't go anywhere. And I looked down at the dash and was trying to figure out, and then all of a sudden it kicked up when we were having the fuel cable was like stretching. And I was like, what the fuck? And then looked up and saw the yellow, and it was actually the staging beams, but I was all panicking because of the time frame. Hit the button and red lit, you know. Ever since then, and twice this year already, this has saved me. Once I go to lock in, I don't care. I don't care if the car stalls. I'm going to play it out like it's still running. I'm staring at the light, and I don't care if it's on boost, not on boost, stalled. I'm going to fucking try to go off the light. So I don't even look down. There's nothing you could do anyway. So like, we're always learning and trying to just, you know, because street racing and shit is crazy, dude. Like, you have cops, you have people all over. You're trying to get it done quick. You don't want to move. If you move, you're in a whole new spot, and now you're trying. That's the cool part of it, man. That's just what makes it cool.
Scott, I was going to say Bill Monroe's next door, but they said, I guess that's booked.
They already filled the campground?
Yeah, they said apparently that's already. I don't know.
Was there a concert or something?
I think there's a concert, maybe like.
Oh man, that's
like
going to make
some gospel music or something going to be playing.
Crazy.
I'm just kidding, people. A joke. I think Jeff said there's some cabins down in Nashville.
I always nervously pop these tubes. Someone asked what that noise is.
I know you go down to like you're headed towards shit. What's the town that's like up there in Ohio, but it's up there in
Nashville?
No, that's north of Columbus, Indiana. There's a Columbus, Indiana. If you head towards like you headed
That's where the Waffle House is.
Yeah, but there's some cabins up there, I think. That Jeff said he stayed at before.
Yeah, there's also that state campground. You can stay. There's cabins there you can stay in. There's also a bunch of Airbnbs right around the area. We stayed in an Airbnb last time, and it was relatively like reasonable price.
Yeah.
Especially if you're coming with a group, it makes it real easy, like to make the price good. But
I'm thinking about getting me a pickup. I'm looking to get a pickup, and I'm going to get me a little trailer, like Patrick's got, and just sleep in it.
Yeah,
go somewhere, and then the lady comes, and it'd be big enough for me and her, and you know, I can give her a Dutch oven in there, and you know.
I tell you, you're always welcome to sleep in my trailer, but you might not go to bed till like 4 or 5 in the morning sometime. And you might be really high by the end.
Oh, I'm good. I'm good. It's like it's never not ever a normal night in Casa de Collins.
You've come a long ways in that.
I still remember the first time I rolled up to your house and you had the door shut, or you had the door
everything
shut,
was shut up.
And I said, I think I'm here, and you opened the garage door, and you're like, oh. That was back when I couldn't smoke because I had randoms. And you're like, I don't know, we'll get to clear out the smoke in there because I don't know what you.
Yeah, I better open the garage door, man. It's pretty rough in here.
And then I was like, when I was there the very first time, everybody come rolling out. Brown County, yeah.
He was referencing some cabbage that are cheap.
No, it just happened.
Then 45 people are here and shit, and
and then everybody that shows up's got their own little stash that they want to like
Yeah,
I
their
didn't
own
know.
tray and scissors.
And I'm thinking to myself, is this fucking just like every day? Is oh yeah, it's like this every day. I'm like, God dang. And I'm like, they're not rolling just like a little bitty joints. They're rolling some fatties. And they got the old picks in there. They're all like blah blah blah, or they fucking big old fat rolling it. And I'm thinking, how are these
Jeff's rolling
how are these
blunts and
people freaking
Hickman's
functioning?
doing dabs.
Yeah, how are they functioning right now?
It really, I mean, like, as you're finding out too, like, you really don't get high anymore. You get tired.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I need it, or I'm a really
yeah.
weird human being. Like, I get weird if I don't smoke it, but it don't get me high like it did in the beginning, where I laughed hysterically or walk into a store with my buddies and then we look at each other down the aisle and can't stop laughing, and the whole store's like, what the fuck is wrong with these dudes or whatever. It doesn't really do that anymore. It just, honestly, for me, if I don't smoke, motherfuckers better look out, because I start overdoing everything, like, especially working on the cars. Like, I start trying to, it slows me down. I keep trying to skip steps. I don't, like, I don't try to ever smoke it if I'm racing, because then I'll be the doggiest dude off the tree you've ever seen in your life. Like, and really, like, I've been testing before it on a Dega, and obviously, like, ripped a couple while we're standing there waiting for the car to cool down and then make a pass or whatever. I'm just like, as soon as you get in the car, it just went away. You're so amped up and like hyper focused that.
Well,
so for us, usually we show up,
in.
as you know, and my whole entire crew is just blazing the whole time, and I want to hit it, but I know if I do, I'm just gonna get fucking curb stomped on the light. Like, they'll just fucking run. They'll get 2 cars on me.
You're like, oh, whoa, oh shit, he's gone.
Yep, I'm like chilling, or I'm like, dude, I'll start looking over probably. Like, if we were lower, we're in the woods, I'm gonna start people watching. Oh fuck! Like, forget what I'm doing.
How about the Audi wagon?
I saw that.
What's an Audi wagon? What's he talking
Bro,
about?
I'm gonna post a photo. I'll go find the photos real quick. This is fucking wild, Limpy. I didn't even know this happened till after the event. I saw the Audi. It's the old blue one, and I saw that it had like some fender flares, but didn't really think anything of it. And then, oh man, how do I do this? Oh, Chris,
Tommy barely beat the wagon.
Yeah, no, and the wagon made. It made a hit, like, so let's see, is this dude that posted it or what?
What wagon they're talking about? Tommy barely beat.
So I don't know. He's been around for a while. It used to be like a navy blue wagon. There it is. Okay, so let's come down here. Screen share.
Oh, and Tommy barely beat the wagon. Okay. I got you. I'm following now.
So here you go, Lippy. We'll show this. Bam. So there's the first picture. Look at the back tires.
Oh, the dually?
Yeah.
Oh.
And let's see. I wonder if we can find someone that showed it race.
Brian White. Brian White's only wagon. Brian White's got a wagon? Oh, yeah, he has an Audi or an Audi. What do y'all call it? Audis?
Yeah. I don't know. I've always called it Audi. I don't know if it's Udi or something else.
Udi.
I mispronounce everything, so
Udi.
I want everyone to keep that in mind.
Even old fuck calls it Audis as well, or whatever y'all call it. Whatever y'all Northerns call it.
Well, we should be able to find it on No Prep Felons Live. Let's see here. There it is.
Cars must have 4 wheels rule.
So are we still showing everything?
Yeah, you're still You're
okay, you can see it right now?
I can see YouTube.
Okay, and you see an orange Audi wagon and Tommy?
No.
Okay, hold up. For some reason like this, I can't.
I see your screen that you just shared a while ago.
Oh,
And
why is it not doing that?
It's like a
What
Google
about now?
page. No, you're back to normal. See me? You lost a page.
What about
All right,
now?
there. Yeah. Well, no, I don't see it now. Here, let me add it. There you go. Now I see it. I see it now. Oh wait, yeah, there you go. Coben Jessup.
So wait till it shows down track. You can like really tell that it's Julie's.
Oh shit!
My big Tommy.
Is it?
You could hear him.
It's a dually? Yeah, it looked like Tommy from that. That's why I've always liked that angle right there, because I used to do it way back in the day, or I mean, not way back, but 4 or 5 years ago. Maybe even longer than that.
I haven't called it yet.
But I like that angle.
But it looked
because
like Tommy,
if it's-
just probably a nick.
Yeah, probably a fender or so. I'll bet you.
Yeah, it was close.
There it is. Tommy
Yeah.
with the win.
Mr. BW rolling in. This is my setup at Dig or Die when I'd go.
Yeah,
I would
we only
be
got
about where he's
more
at.
left
I'd
with
have the
small
one
tires.
facing down, and then I'd
I'll
have
switch it over to
the angle
two
like
views and
so
so I can get
Bob's
something
got
to rank.
there. Yeah. And Brian won. He won. He went faster on the backside at Iowa than he did on the front side.
Brian White is
Yeah.
a really, really, really intelligent.
Yeah.
15 hard tires, 8 stick shift, and 15 hard tires.
Yeah. Well, mine was more of an angle. I didn't know them people. Oh, where's? Oh, I lost it.
So see the tires back there?
Oh yeah.
Wait, is that actually showing for everyone or no?
Yeah, I see it.
Oh yeah, because I did the other thing. Okay. Crazy, right?
Yeah. They didn't have what the all-wheel drive could be in small tire.
I don't think all-wheel drive could be in. I'm not sure, but there was no rule about having duals in the rear.
Oh.
It was just you got to have a 28-10-5, right?
Gray area, huh?
And yeah, and it is. Like a lot of people might want to mental note that right now if they have a problem with it. If you don't, then who cares? And it is what it is. But I promise you some people will start losing their shit if he starts crushing races.
Yeah, he said yes, all-wheel drive was allowed.
So yeah, all-wheel drive was allowed.
So I guess that would be.
But it was pretty cool. I love gray area. Love it. Slim Shady had some tires that like didn't really have any on them in hard tire. And he ended up winning hard tire over Matt Munson. And yeah, I was just kind of asking Josh, like, are there any rules for that or not? Because I was going to offer Matt to shave his tires. You know what I mean? Because I can get access to a tire shaver. I was going to tell him, well, if you don't really got to have tread and you can make it a slick, like, I'll shave your tires down for you, you know, that way you ain't got to run them for 2 years till they're bald and then use them, you know what I mean? Or do burnouts wearing your motor out to make them bald. I'll fucking just shave them for you real quick and the way you go. You know what I mean? If there's no rule that you got to have any tread left, you just got to have a Cooper Cobra, or you know what I mean? Like you got to have a tire that originally had tread, then you know what I mean? You could like shave them down or something. So I was kind of trying to figure out like if that's something they're making rules about or not. Because we love it. I love gray area. I love that dude showed up on dualies and pushed the envelope to what you could or couldn't do.
Yeah.
I think it's neat. But definitely interesting.
Yeah. Who y'all think we should get on here? Definitely Kate. We definitely need to get Kate on.
God, we need to get Kate on here. I know Sherm's starting to feel better and he wanted to come on. I talked to Austin Sheppard and he's interested in coming on, and
he's busy. That guy, he kept when I was at when he was at Jeff's, that guy knows his wiring. And that other guy
he's a good dude, man. He's one of the greatest guys I've ever met. He's such a good dude.
What's your thoughts on the shave?
I love their whole crew. I love Austin, Chase, Aaron, Dylan. Just all those groups of guys that come out of that camp or came out of that camp. They're all awesome, man.
What are you talking about shaved hard tires? What is that? I don't understand what that is.
So they have these like machines that have like a cutter on them, like a lathe, and the tire spins and you shave all the tread off so that it's a slick.
Oh.
So there's no tread. And this isn't the first time. This is probably the first time I've seen one or like glanced at one, but I've heard of people doing it for a while now.
Was Mustang's tire shaved when he went that fast?
I have no idea whatsoever. I really don't. And I don't know if it's not even an advantage or not. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't hard tire race. Yeah. But if I see something, I'm going to ask questions about it.
Yeah.
That's just me. Like if I would have noticed the dually, I would have said, I would have at least asked. There's no rule about that?
Yeah.
All right. You know what I mean? Like, why wouldn't you? I feel like you'd be stupid not to.
Yeah.
Because if they can keep doing something that you're not doing, you should take advantage of it if you can visually see it. It's the same reason why I record fast dudes' runs if I'm at the track. Because some dudes are smart and don't post all their runs like my dumbass or let everybody see everything they do. And if you're there, they can't stop you.
Yeah. When he had him, he didn't say nothing about none of that other stuff, but he said he likes the 400, what do you say, 440 or something like that? 440 tread.
Yeah, the one that most people don't like. Like,
yeah.
He's just really good. He's a really intelligent guy that knows how to set his car up to do shit. He's just a really good dude. So Slim Shady. So's Matt Munson. So's Joe Davis. So's what is it? Kevin Fields or whatever. Not Kevin Fields. The guy from Kentucky with the yellow SN95. That guy's really fast. And there's a white S10, Brandon something with an R. I'll screw it up if I try to pronounce it, but he's super fast too. You know, there's always going to be fast dudes. You just got to figure out what they're doing or how they're doing it or how they're setting the car up. Like I said, I have no idea if you shave a set down, if it's even an advantage. Maybe there's advantage to the tread being able to kind of move around a little bit and bite rather than a hard tire that's just slick. I don't know. But I noticed a car with it, so I wanted to ask some questions. Like, can we do that? Is that cool? Like, if we show up to the next race like that, are we DQ'd? If we show up to one of your races like this, is it cool? We just want to, do what everyone else is doing and be cool.
Well, I would say if all-wheel drive's allowed to enter, then I see no problem with it. But if all-wheel drive's not allowed, then well, you need to have.
That Audi is not all-wheel drive. It's rear-wheel drive. It's a car that they cut up and back aft.
Well, I know that, but they said that somebody all-wheel drive was allowed. So
to be honest, like War in the Woods don't have no rule. I can't tell you a race that has a rule against it. Everyone's rules, for the most part, are 28, 10, 5, non-W. It doesn't say you can't have 20 of them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, until promoters want to start throwing in there that 2 28, 10, 5 non-Ws, steel roof, steel quarter.
Or it's got to have 4 tires.
I can't even hate on a dude that does that. You know how many people?
Like, what's the name said? It's got to have 4 tires.
I can tell you 100, dude. I could tell names that would like piss people off that show up on W's because you don't advertise, because you didn't say non-W, they show up on W's.
Yep. I
mean, what can you really say to them if they got caught? Now, most of the people I know never got caught, but what could you say? I just drove all this way. I followed your fucking rules. You're the dumbass that didn't put non-W in there. On you.
Yep.
I'm not
back
mad
in the day, we used to do the 29.5, 10.5 non-W, and then somebody would show up on a 28, 10.5 W.
With the fucking letters scrubbed off.
Well, that too, but this is before, and then they're like, well, they're the same tires, it's the same tread width.
Hello?
Where the fuck you at?
Yeah, my bad, dude. The damn front door of the fucking dispensary wouldn't lock, bro. So I had to back my car in front of it and get dropped off to my dad's truck, bro. So I'm a fucking no-go tonight, dude, now that this is the case, because I got to be to work at 9 in the fucking morning now. So, yeah, it just made my night long. So I apologize, bro.
Party on, homie.
I'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right.
Later.
Yeah, you don't even know he was live. That's hilarious.
Well, fuck. What are you gonna do now?
I'm gonna have to go get some damn food, dude. I'm fucking
DoorDash time.
No, there ain't no DoorDash out in these sticks. I mean, there probably is, but the food will be cold and it'll cost you $1 million.
Hey, tell Phil to send a drone out to wherever and have
just fly me out some shit. I can't wait, man. That'd be sick right now. I'd be like, yo, fly me a pizza out here.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll run somewhere and get some grub. But all right. I say we have talked to these guys' ear off.
Yeah.
Everyone have a good night.
We'll see y'all next week. Have a good one. Later.